Yes, yes, yes. We're live at 8:11. That's 20.11 hours military time. Please excuse the tardiness, but believe it or not, we just got off a 7 hour plus O Connect that I'm sure a lot of you
Yeah,
guys were
most of you were
on.
probably on, so you
Thank
know.
you for being there as well as here. We were on, let's see, this morning I was on an 8 a.m. with the Filipino group. And then I think that was it for me till oh no, I listened to Red at 11, Marty at noon, and then we kicked off at 12:35 with today's big event. So let's
What a day it
we'll get
was.
this show on the road just a little bit tardy. I tried to say hello to as many as you as I could prior to going on the air, but we're running, as you can see, about 10 minutes behind. All right, it's day 310. That's right. 10 months and 10 days. RobLynn Live has been here every night of the week.
Day what?
Sometimes in the
310.
morning.
310.
310,
Not too
310.
shabby.
Not too shabby.
Mm-hmm.
It's Saturday, the 24th day of June in 2023. This is RobLynn Live and Ollie.
The Wonder Dog.
True. So Saturday's events. Now get a load of this list as we go here. 8 a.m. Comfort Konfor. 8 a.m. O Filipina and Francis Tay. 11 a.m. Redfern.
Sponsored by Ting Menor, the Filipino one.
The Filipino one was sponsored
I
by
mean,
our host,
hosted by
Ting
Ting
Menor,
Menor.
who
And
also was on the webinar. He was the
That's
last
right.
speaker tonight, or one of the last.
One second to the last.
Second to
Because
the
the last
last.
was SM Akram Hussein from Bangladesh.
All right, all right. Then at noon, along came Pop Marty DeGarmo with his warm up. So it was Red warming us up, then Marty warming us up.
That's right.
Then at 12:35, you guessed it, an O Connect extravaganza that went just about 7 hours.
Woohoo! And I love the fact that our folks here are using hashtag. Look at Mel, she's got it. Hashtag RobLynn, hashtag hello to all. And even Ola Zumbo says, hashtag what a day. So remember, when you make your comment, add a hashtag like hashtag unpassive, hashtag RobLynn Live. It's a great, great thing for all of us.
We appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
And then at 1:30 p.m., yes, indeedy, the continuation of the O Connect. It lasted for some. I had written down 6 hours plus. Nah, how about 7 hours plus? Yeah. So hopefully everybody had a good time today, and we will continue that good time tonight. We do have a panel tonight. They'll be coming in roughly 8 to 10 more minutes, and we'll introduce them as we go. It's 8 p.m. Yes, indeedy do. What a day, what a day, what a day it has been, and more of the same to come. As you are tuned in to Ollie's favorite variety show and chat, featuring Lynn Nakamoto and Rob Gorman. That would be me. Lynn will ring Grandma Bobby's cowbell, if we're all good folk, and highlight one of your chats to begin the Where's Ollie contest. And as you know, our fabulous graphic artist is Miss Davina Lee of the Colorado Rockies, Colorado Rocky Mountain High, biddy. And let's see what we got here. Okay. Guess as many times as you want, but please wait till Lynn both rings the bell and highlights one of your chats. Please, please, please. Okay. And Davina, as I mentioned, our fabulous graphic artist, will let us know the first boys and first girls, as this will be basically a silent contest since we have a number of panelists tonight. Now, there are a couple of announcements we'd like to make quickly, and those are, as we are all hearing great things, and that we are about to kick off with 2 paid for and commissionable, means we can get paid for it, products, O Connect and O Tracker. So congrats also to the 3 winners of the On Passive YouTube contest, and thanks to all who participated. I believe there was several 100,000 folks tried to what do you call
Enter?
Enter.
Had
Enter.
1,400,000
Oh,
views, and I think 700,000 something. I don't know. You guys remember what
correct
the
us if I'm
stats?
wrong.
Yeah,
It's been
it
a
was a
long
lot.
day.
Whatever those numbers were, they were huge numbers. So you guys have good memory. I'm sure you can put it in the chat what was said about the stats for the contest. It was amazing.
For those who were on the O Connect today and got to see the Burj, among other things, as you all heard, make sure that any of your friends, and I'm throwing this off on Ash and Company just so I don't take all the heat on this one.
Okay.
Make sure that you or any of your acquaintances have migrated, and you've migrated to the OES. Don't just migrate to get out of the cold weather. Oh no, it's hot now, right? So there is no cold weather.
Mhm.
So migrate to the OES, get firmly situated so that you are ready to rumble, as we say here at RobLynn Live. Hello, Deborah Shaw. Glad to see you as well. There's 157 fine folks with
That's
us tonight.
great. And Wanda's kind of sad because she wanted to know what was going on, but her internet was buffering. And we know she's looking to have better internet soon. So hang in there.
However, part of it was recorded, was it not? I thought so.
I'm
Or
not
no?
sure. Did he say he's going to make it available? He didn't say that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
If
I'm not
anybody
sure.
heard that, either way, let us know. Like I said, it's been a long day.
And we can count on you to have our memories for us. So help us out. In our memory.
True. Send your love, light, and prayers to all who may be ill or having been injured in an accident for a complete and speedy recovery. Please do that, as we say every night. Also, please pray for Ash, his lovely wife, and their two boys, Omar and Chunky, as well as the tech team, the O Media team, and support staffs around the globe. Now that we're adding offices, there's going to be support staffs globally. So please pray for their continued good health and safety. Now, tonight we have a topic. This is topic number 310 with a great panel, and we'll introduce them shortly. On passive, hashtag another top.
Yeah,
Not another top.
I
Can
love
it be?
Give me more new tops. I love them. Keep them coming.
All right. And Ollie does have a question of the night. And that question is, what part of the presentation today from Ash, as well as the engineers, as well as the graphic folks, the media folks, and all the support staff who were there. In fact, the contest was drawn by Lina, who is in the support staff of O Media, or maybe she's one of the assistant managers. I'm not sure. In O Media.
I didn't quite catch that part.
Okay, I tried to make good notes. So let's see now. What part of the presentation? This is the question Ollie has for you all. What part of the presentation on O Connect excited you most and made you the happy campers that you are? Okay, so that's the question of the night.
Ask the question one more time so people can process it, please.
Okay, Ollie's question of the night for you all and the panelists is, what part of the presentation of O Connect excited you and made you the happy campers that you are, made you the happiest,
so
gave you the biggest smile?
What within the webinar today was special to you? What made an impact on you? What that's the question pretty much, right?
Right. That is the question.
Right on.
And should we welcome our panelists yet, or just welcome our one panelist that's here so far?
I think we're gonna wait. I think we started kind of late, so people are gonna kind of mosey on it. We might want to start the contest. I think that would be smart.
Well, let's do that.
And hang in there, Milo will be there, because otherwise Milo's the only one to speak. Okay?
He can hear us now, so that's good. Okay, but I don't know if we're going to be able to hear him for some.
I hope so. Pray for that.
All right. So we're going to step to the side and give you a glimpse of a pineapple. Ollie needs his sunglasses. All right, there we are. It looks like hilltop apartments or condos or houses. And it looks like some pretty nifty food, a pineapple, and Ollie took his shades off because he wanted to get a good glimpse of that background. Yeah. All right. So there's the background.
Thank you for the super sticker.
Thank you, Colonel Lee, our in-house auctioneer extraordinaire.
Yes,
Thank
he
you for
is.
doing that. And let's see, there's Chris and Encore and Davina and Wanda.
All right.
And if you grab the bell, Grandma Bobby's bell, of course, and give it a ringy dingy.
All right. I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to spotlight a particular comment, and then you can make your guesses.
Yes.
And this is the comment I'm going to spotlight, which is
David Rozalski saying, "What made me the happiest was when people spoke clearly enough that I could understand them. My hearing stinks. I missed most of everything today. I'm not sure if they recorded part of it or not. I thought Ash said they were going to do that.
Somebody will know.
But someone will know that's smarter than me. So just let us know what you know about that." There's Chris Tiazone and Encore again. Wanda Kelsey's in the house.
So here's the question that Ollie has to ask of you. What part of the presentation of O Connect webinar today excited you and made you the happy camper that you are? Thank you, John. That was helpful. And let's see the guesses. Oh, Isabel liked the laser show on the Burj Khalifa.
Wasn't that something? The colors and it seemed to go faster than normal, but I know it didn't. But it was quite good, the laser show. And then how about that laser show on the Ferris wheel? Now, that thing is 5 stories high.
It's not a real Ferris wheel. It's a wheel, right?
Oh, it's not?
I don't know. I didn't.
You won't catch me 575 feet in the air.
Does anybody know about that wheel? Is it an actual Ferris wheel or is it just a wheel? And that'll be interesting to know. I didn't have time to check it out. Taeyang, why did the cowboy adopt a dachshund? So he could get a long little doggy.
Get a long little doggy. That's a good one, Ty.
Frank Rowe's guess is Bolivia.
Bolivia by Mr. Frank Rowe.
Amal Fatuyur says hello to us. Okay, so what we're going to do is continue the contest, and it'll be a silent contest. Davina, you can let it go as long as you see fit. It's a silent contest, so it's fine that you let it go for a while. And we have a panel that will probably mosey on in a bit because we did give them the link rather late. So in the meantime,
it's Nashville Milo.
Hello,
Milo, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Lima Charlie, brother.
All right. Well, good.
You just needed the headset?
I guess so. I don't know. I put the headset on. It seemed to work.
Woohoo!
All right, good stuff. Well, we'll kick things off with you if that's okay.
That's okay with me, man.
All right, brother. We've got a few more folks coming on, and maybe Mr. Muffard, depending on if he's available and not in a meeting, and we'll see what happens there. What's that?
Kiana,
it was recorded and it's out already.
So that means
doggies.
Kiana, that means it's posted in the back office, right? Is it posted under updates? Tell us.
That would be a grand spot for it for those of you who missed it.
That's
and
wonderful.
David Rozalski. And I'll say hello to David, the DA Abrams, in just a minute. His head is spinning from all the information today. That's understandable.
Yeah, and we have Ojana Thompson, the surreal station video. She liked that.
Oh, the RTA station 29.
Yeah, and Pat Mayberry says, "I understood much more now. I understand much more now." And then we have a super sticker from O Maria B.
All right, O Maria, thank you. We appreciate that super sticker very much. And there's Irena with her guest, bright and early.
That's right.
She says Bolivia. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be?
So we will continue our discussion with Milo, and I'll be spotlighting comments along the way, but we'll keep the discussion going.
Okay. And Howard, if you were busy working today, as you said, and then couldn't get in to hear very well, it is recorded, most of it, and it is in the back office under Updates.
Probably
Likely
updates.
updates. Correct us if I'm wrong, please.
I'm sure you guys will tell us.
All right. And there's Sergil. I messed that up.
Sir
big
Gway,
time.
maybe Sir Gway.
Way, that's probably better. Sorry about that, sir. And Miriam Weiberg's here. Hey, you all, I can't get my remote working on the TV, so I have no TV.
Here's Marty DeGarmo.
Marty says
AI.
AD about how it reads people that are strolling by. How about that, Marty? Oh, look at everybody popping on now all of a sudden. Well, let's say hello to Jeanne Alleva. She's in the house.
Jeanne Alleva.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're loud and clear.
I had to do some fancy footwork with my settings.
No
I
kidding.
could not, if you could see what it looked like, what my camera looked, it was, I was like all fuzzy and skinny, like it was like a skinny fuzzy version of me. And then the background was the next stop on passive reversed with this super, it was the weirdest thing.
Was that the
I'm
new
so
computer?
sorry.
Is that the new one? The new computer?
Yeah. No, it was just something, when you use a lot of different camera software on your computer, I think it just gets confused sometimes. So I had to play with it. And now, as soon as I saw it come on with the background, I'm like, okay, I'm hitting enter. I'm not going to mess anymore.
All right.
So great to be here. Thanks for having me.
What time is it in UK?
Hi, Milo. Hey, Colin.
Hey, Jeannie, how you doing?
Hello, everyone. Hi.
What time is it in
Yeah.
UK?
It's 127, right?
Are we all fired up?
You
Oh,
are.
Colin.
If you're not fired up, then you don't have to be here.
All right. I'm sure some others will pop in. Here's
Let's finish reading Marty's comment.
AI AD.
No, I figured out what he meant. He says that AI advertisement about how it reads people that are strolling by. That freaks me out. You're strolling by, and the ad can pick up what you are about, your age, your what else was it? Age and what else?
Where you're from?
Nationality, different, just all different demographics. Yeah.
Yeah, the demographics is picked up by AI, and then they change the ad, right, to fit you as you go by. Isn't that what?
I think as I heard him, it was, I think the AI notices who's looking at them. Like if someone is aware looking at the ad, I think that sort of, and correct me if I'm wrong, Collins, it just sort of tracks to the attention, sort of like how AI will track where your eye goes on the page.
Yeah.
And I think it notices, okay, the young child is paying attention. We're going to change our ad to on joy. That the older person is paying attention, we'll change it to, whatever.
Yeah,
that's how I understood it.
You're very right, G.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you are right the way AI works, because when we talk about AI, we have AI in the old days and AI as machine learning, and we have deep learning. And I like the way they talk about big data, because the world is now about big data. So when you talk about machine learning, that's what ONPASSIVE is doing, and going really deep into deep learning and machine learning. So we are surpassing everything, touching all the latest technology. So now when we talk about AI, machine learning, it means you have already written the code, you build the software, but because of the internet space we have now, the availability of internet space and everything is on the internet space, why don't we allow the machine to learn on their own rather than giving them information? Is that you bring a child up and you say, you know what, I gave birth, but I'll allow you to go and touch the fire. You recognize that this is a heat, this is a heater or a fire, and then you say, okay, I will never touch it again. Rather than giving them information, this in a layman way, this is a cooler. When they touch it and they get very cold, they say, oh, mommy, you say, okay, now you've learned from it. I know you'll not put your hand. This is exactly what it means by machine learning. You build the software, give them access to internet space, go and learn it and tell us. So they become more sophisticated than even us. and said, "This is it." Like you are rightly, Jeanne, you are rightly, you well said. So when they learn what happened, they become more perfected. The perfectionist is there. Like a normal calculator, where you said 1 + 1 is 2. Sometimes we cannot even calculate because everything has been already integrated in the calculator, and they feed it with information. 1 million times 100 million. We cannot calculate it, but machine can give you the exact figure.
I
That's
don't
it.
have that many toes and fingers. How in the world
Yes.
count that high?
Yes. But now when you talk about machine learning, it's about open the machine now to the well of information. Go and pick it. Tell us. When we ask you, give us the right information. And that's where ONPASSIVE is now. And I was so happy when I talk about big data. A lot of people don't know what is big data, but I've been there. I know. Big data is crazy. Most companies are talking about big data, how to analyze big. It's about taking the global data, analyze it, and said, where can we concentrate on? That's big data.
Good stuff. Hey, Marty, why did you change shirts? I had to keep my dress shirt on. Come on, man.
I think that's it.
Because you're the Mad Hatter, okay, and I'm just Marty. All right,
Oh no, you're Marty for sure.
I'm Marty for sure. Yeah.
And Marty, you said that.
Anything with a collar is
Yeah, I
like
got it.
no, it's like kryptonite to me. It makes me weak. I am
Oh,
a sloppy ass. Oh, that's right, we're live. I
stop.
am a sloppy dresser.
You said it right the first time. That's cool.
Yeah, sloppy ass. Yeah, you're right.
And Marty's comment is the AI ads that read people, and the picture
Yeah,
is
okay. I don't know what caveman wrote it like that, but yeah, it looks like me. What I'm trying to say, I believe I heard Collins talking about it a little bit. The machine learning part of it is so cool. What happens is these ads, and then Nazal gets on, and he has them branched for all the malls. So every time somebody walks by and is getting pictures and thousands of information, eventually this thing will be so precise that a kid walks by 7-year-old with a mother something something and another little kid and a guy in the suit, it'll know exactly what ad will make them jump. And that is so cool. I've never heard of that. I know they use it. I used machine learning myself, but I had to do it manual. I had to feed it all the information. This will not only obviously in the beginning they feed it to get it started, but machine learning means it's learning too, and they're all feeding off of each other. Like when he said there's a group, and I'm looking at this guy, I would love to just sit in a room with him for one day. I would try to just sit there and be quiet, but that's a lie. No, but I would love to sit in there just to watch because that's the stuff that makes me tick. I love to hear about how all that works. Don't understand all of it. I understand the concept, which is good enough, but no, it's crazy. I had an app one time that would answer comments on ads. So I didn't have to do it manually because there could be thousands of them. And I had to put in thousands of words that somebody might use. I'll give you an example. It had to have a trigger word to make it send it the information I had. And the information was info. Well, some people don't say info, please. They say, can I have info? So you had to put that in. Another person might say, yo, what's up? So I had to put that in. But all of it added up. Eventually, I covered almost everything because everybody talks different. With machine learning, which they've come so far, which I'm fascinated over, it learns as it goes, like that chat bot in the back office. Starts off in kindergarten, but if we use it enough, keep asking it questions, it will get smarter and be able to do more. But what he's got set up there, guys, like the other night, John Barilla was on. I understood what he was saying about New York Grand Central Station. For one thing, it doesn't really have that many more people than where we're at. The difference is when you hear targeted traffic, that's what Dubai is. Everybody on that train has something to do with what we're in. They're either working in it, they're traveling in it, They're leaving work about it. And the beauty of Unpassive, because they're going after people's subconscious, is they look out the window, it's Unpassive. They hear on the intercom, it's Unpassive. They're walking up the escalator or riding the escalator, it's Unpassive. Everything about it goes on and on and on. And now what did they do? They put it in every mall. I don't think people realize this is not normal stuff. This is crazy. I don't want to tell you something. I know Ash Mafara well enough. If Nuzal's giving him a crazy headache, we're in big trouble, guys. Good trouble, but we're going places you can't believe. I really believe that. I don't think we have a clue. What we see, which is a $1 trillion company, we're going to be the 6th largest GDP country in the world, and it's going to be called Unpassive. No joke about it. I really believe that. No, I talked with Milo 2 years ago, and he's a maniac like I am. He thinks way past what the possibilities could be. No, but you need that. You know what Ash did? He surrounded himself with people that think. It makes you better. One guy said it, Snoop Dogg out of everybody. What kind of leader are you? Because I surround myself with people that I think are better than I am. Now, most people would be too proud to say that. But if you surround yourself with people that are great, it inspires you to go more. Question for you real quick, and I don't want to rob the show, but I do. Look at the websites a year ago.
Oh.
No, wait a minute. Now look at the websites now. Same tech team, but they added Mohammed Nazal. Now, did they get better? No. They were brought up a higher level. They can do more. You see what I mean? Because they surrounded with a guy that he gets it. Not only does he get it, you can do more. It's cool stuff. I mean, look at the websites. There's no comparison. The ones now are like something from outer space.
Absolutely.
No, we're amazed. We're in an amazing spot. Yeah.
And my quick point was that brilliance breeds brilliance. You
No
surround
doubt about it.
smart
No
people.
doubt about it. Milo was talking about music, right? Well, Red brought it up the other day. I think I don't know where we were at. I can never remember where we were. They all blend together, but we were on the show, and I said, yeah, definitely. And I know I've heard Milo say, I don't want to talk for Milo. He's not a puppet, that's for sure. But when you listen, and I know this for a fact, because I met a couple singers. I mean, some of the best singers I ever heard. They were twin girls. They went down there to Nashville to be stars. The chance of being a star is like 1,000,000 to 1 or 1,000,000,000 to 1. It's not always how good you are. I've met people that can sing better than some people on TV. They just don't get in the right place at the right time. Connect will make superstars. I'm telling you right now, Connect will make the Justin Biebers of the world. He was found on YouTube, guys. YouTube. He didn't go the regular route. I believe Unpassive will take people that Milo hang with, and the one that you look at, and you even ask the big stars. I guarantee Milo told me one time, he'll be talking to a big star, and they say, see that guy there? Yeah, he's better than I am. They admit it. They know there's people, they just never got that chance. And I believe Unpassive is the platform for anybody to go completely ape crap. I didn't say the S word. They to completely go ape crap. I really do. Just like Milo does. Milo, now you can talk for me, okay? I'm done.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Marty. Hey, Lynn, Rob and Lynn, thanks so much for having me on the show. And if you'll send me the background, I'll put it up. I don't have it, so I just got this one up. But Marty, you were so right, man. And where this is going, I tell you what, I get more exciting all the time. You haven't seen me a lot, but that's not because I haven't been working. Believe me, I've got 50 projects that are in the works right now that I'm working with people on, and I'm getting ready to come out with them. And this thing, man, every time I think I understand it, there's more, and there's more, and there's more. And when you talk about, these people in Nashville, yeah, everyone comes to Nashville thinking, you can be a star, and you can. I mean, there's no better place than Nashville to come here and meet musicians and get into that to that thing. But I mean, when I came here, you know, the first thing I said, people would say, "Do you play?" I say, "Oh yeah, I play the piano, I play the guitar, I play the bass, I play the drums." You know, I thought I played them all. Now, when someone asks me, I say, "Yeah, I play the piano a little bit," you know, because these guys here, I mean, when you're in another part of the world, you can be kind of like the big fish out there. But when you get in Nashville, if you're in music, I'm telling you, you're a minnow. Most of the time, you're a minnow flying around, and people are good. Believe me, you walk down the street downtown Nashville, and everybody down there is a great singer and great musicians and stuff. But what O Connect is gonna do? Oh my God! You know, when you think about all of those singers, and now what can they do? It opens up the possibilities anywhere in the world for you. You imagine that they start building your fan base, and you start looking at old Tracker, and you see where all your fans are. Why not go over there and have a concert? Why not go? The big thing now is house concerts, you know. Why not go and have a house concert? What if you have a house concert and you tell people, hey, you know, all you got to do is sign up, you know, for Own Passive, and you come on in, you know, and the person throwing the party or whatever, they pay for the thing, you know, because they got the money. All of a sudden now you see what I'm saying? You're growing your base so much bigger. There is so much we can do for all of it. But originally, you know, I thought, well, hey, you know, I was going to come in, I was going to make a lot of money and help people out and help them get in. Well, you don't even have to do that now. It's free. So now I'm trying to think, well, what other angle can I go, you know? And I've got some, you know, and I'm working on some things, but I'm just so glad to be part of Own Passive. And, you know, I've been here for 5 years, and Marty, like you said, if me and you get going, boy, we start throwing things back and forth, and, you know, I don't sleep for a while. That's just the way it is. You know, I am so excited to be in the part that I'm in. And it's not about, at this point, you know, it's not about me. I know that I'm well taken care of, but it's all of those others out there that maybe I can change some lives. Maybe I can help. Maybe I can help someone change other lives, you know. And if I can do that, if I can be a leader to help other people change other people's lives, that's altogether better. But thank you so much, man. I am so happy and excited to be into Own Passive. And what we heard today, you know, it just keeps getting better and better. Thank you.
All righty.
Thanks so long there.
Hey, glad you're here. I think Lynn did send you the background, so check
Perfect.
Yeah, it's
notification. And
I
Jeanne,
will.
what was a highlight for you today, or how many highlights did you have?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Got
I
it.
took 10 pages of notes. And when I say 10 pages, like this, like, I don't know if you can see that. I
Closer
don't know
to
if you
your
can.
eye. There we go.
So like I take a copy thing and I just sort of free write on it. So I have 10 of these. So it's hard to pick one because there were so many different things. Like the idea that we have a new office in Abu Dhabi was sort of like, you know, thrown off, you know, and then we moved on to the next topic. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was so many things that we could have spent a whole meeting just talking about. But they packed in so much. I think if I had to pick one thing, it's just the absolute masterful creativity of the marketing. That train station commercial that's just off the chain, absolutely off the chain, and so magical. I mean, it was just Disney-esque, and I don't want to even compare it to anything. It was so and not just see a lot of things. What I was trying to allude to in the meeting is that sometimes people have a lot of flash, and they have all the, you know, the technique and everything like that, but the message is really vacuous. They're trying to sell you beer or something. You know what I mean? Like but this is something that absolutely captured what ONPASSIVE is really doing, which is providing solutions and doing it in a magical manner, as far as I'm concerned. So I just thought it's like, I have a thing about form and function, right? I like, you know, things that are beautiful in form, but also have a function. I was in graphic design in school, and I never went into fine art because I felt like that at the time, I felt like that was not for a purpose. I always felt like my art needed to have a purpose. So I did graphic design. I designed things for people, that kind of stuff. So when I see something like that, that is perfect form and perfect function, it's like good furniture, well-designed furniture. It has an energy about it, and it really speaks to me. But one thing I really want to say about what I'm not sure if it was Marty or who was talking about it, the AI coming from the digital screens. What I want to see, and if I'd had more time to talk, I would have asked Ash this. I want to see if an older gentleman with his grandson, maybe a teenage, niece or whatever, and they're all walking and they're all looking at the screen, which one does it cater to? How does it manage multiple ages, multiple styles of people? How does it choose what to present? Because at a certain
you know what though, Jeanne, and Collins will know this. What it'll do is it will either feed the kid, knowing the kid will excite the grandparent. You see what I mean? It will know that. It will learn that as it goes, what direction to go, what works best. Do I excite the grandfather or do I shoot for the little kid? A lot of times the grandparents are trying to please their little kid, the grandchild, right? We all do that. So am I right, Colin? Something like that? I guess it would do that. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. But I don't have a clue. Okay.
Yeah, Marty, you are quite right, because we see a lot of people see it from the outside, but we are talking about coding and machine learning. That whatever you think, they can code it and write it and tell you if it is possible or not possible. There's billions and upon billions of coding. I'll give you an example. So you have 50 companies looking for traffic. This is what I want to tell you now, real life. And you tell the system, this is my budget I have. Each company, I have $5,000 a month. And I want this. And the next company says I have 6,000 a month. The next company says I have 15,000 a month. And I want you to give me, this company said, okay, with my 5,000, I want, say, 30,000 or say 300 traffic. But I don't want you to give me in one go. I want you to split it all in 1 month. How many traffic I will get? Maybe 5 each a day. The system will learn it and say, all right, Jeanne Alleva said this. This is the goal. They will configure it based on your wants and needs and say, all right, when you see Jeanne Alleva, this is what he said. No, this is what she said. I have 15 grand. I want 10 a day, multiply by the 15 grand, how much the company want to provide for 5,000, and they will give you. And when it get to that amount, trigger an alert to Jeanne Alleva and said, you have reached your maximum. Do you want more or less? You can pay more or not. If you want it, stay there and then pause it until when we get to the next month and then start again. That's machine learning. And the machine will go and learn it for billions upon billions of customers and make sure they give you the right amount of information you want. This is a live scenario I'm giving. So there is not, whatever you think, they can code in the machine and the machine will behave exactly as human. Marty is quite right.
You just made me think of the if I could, I can wait. Rob, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I got to talk enough today. Since
are you sure? I wanted to say another thing that's related to this that really blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind was when Qasim was showing the tracker. I'm not sure what the name for it was, but when I looked at it, I thought, oh, it's page by page analytics. That's the way I thought of it, where they had each, I forget what they called it, engagement or something. There was a name for it, and I didn't get to look at it close enough, but where it was, okay, people came to this site, and then this person dropped off, but this one continued to the next page, and this person thought, did this or went back and did, what the, I mean, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. That's data. That's mind-blowing data. I mean, that is gold. And I'm not even really into this stuff, but I'm thinking, my goodness, if I had a store or something and I knew, or I had a website that was selling things and I knew exactly where people were going, and if everybody all of a sudden dropped off on a particular page or something, well, you get rid of that page and then you replace, and it's in like real time. I'm absolutely blown away by that.
Yeah,
I think
Jeanne, I want to add one thing before you go. It's just that when you are in, especially a software development company where they develop software, there are things that you don't see, like the developers, full stack developers, back end, front end database, they see. But there are times that QA say, like when Mr. Brasser calls you a QA, that's true. We always think like mad person. We say, what if? That's what we don't say yes for an answer or no for an answer. What if Jeanne behave like this? How would the software behave? What if Marty DeGarmo comes in and behave like this? How do we handle this situation? What if you build a software and the system said, okay, say it's a health service, operational software. They said, all right, Marty DeGarmo, right hand, it's a problem. The system must go and act precisely. What if the system jumped to the left hand? How do we mitigate that? What if we trigger an information for someone who is deceased? That's how we think. How do you handle that? Because you can go and bring something that is the family already forgot. Oh, I have this person, the person died long ago, and you sending emails upon emails to that person. This is how we think like mad people. And when it comes to QA, Ms. Alpha will bear with us. Most in IT company, they always say the QA because we think out of the ordinary. We always ask, what if this? What if that? What if this thing happened? How do we close that gap so we don't lose money? So we don't take yes for an answer or no for an answer. So all what we are thinking, sometimes when founders ask questions, I only laugh. I say, you know what? They think about way ahead of you. Because that's how they test the system. They break the system and they say, what if this happened? What if it goes to somebody who is deaf, disabled? How do we manage this system so they can be accommodated? So whatever question we can take, the answer is already there in the solution. That's why Mr. Abraham also says, oh, it's already handled. So because the QA are there to ask what if, what not.
You talk about analytics and AI analytics. I watched a video the other day, and it said, big news of the year since 1980. And 1980 was Lennon got killed, okay, one of the Beatles. And they did every year. You know what number one this year is? AI. That's a big deal. It's really big. And the really cool thing, AI analytics is about $100 billion. They figure by 2030, it'll be worth $2 trillion.
Is that with a T?
That's with a T. That's Apple. That's applesauce level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do actually.
That's applesauce level. $2 trillion. So do you think we're in the right business? Listen, any kind of analytics or data is, say it, Collins, what is it? It's money.
It's money, yeah.
When you go to the bank, there's no money. Nobody's grabbing money. It's data. Your name and your email is data. When I talked to somebody one time, how many people are in ONPASSIVE'S? I think it was 1 million, whatever. Oh my gosh, what's he doing with the data? First thing the guy said, didn't care about the people, didn't care about the products. You could be a multi-billionaire just selling the data. And that's what's going on every day, daily. Any one of you right now, go to Google, look up anything you want that you want to buy, anything. 10 minutes later, go to Facebook and go down go into the there and just scroll. I guarantee, I'm not saying I think it will, it might, you will see what you were looking for in Google inside Facebook within 15 minutes. So do you think Mr. Google has a niche with Mr. Facebook? Of course he does. That's how they make the money. They're not making money of us talking about, oh, did you see my dog? I painted him blue. You know, I mean, none of that pays. Right? It's all about the data. That's where the money's at. The problem is it's corrupt because they don't ask you, they use it, and they kind of force you into doing something, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of money there. A lot of money there.
Speaking of money, you renamed my favorite money guy, Dr. Tarek, Dr. Money. Everything he said is data.
Oh, I know. He's talking and talking and talking. So I text Ash. I go, hey, you got to change his name. I didn't know he's going to say that. Wow. I went, that's Dr. Money, man. And he just laughed. And yeah, because I'm listening to him talk and Ash said he's a really quiet guy and all that. But he keeps surrounding himself with these unbelievable people. I mean, look at the marketing Nazal's doing. That's crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
And now, no doubt, when he does it, Ash has got to open up the checkbook. Okay, nothing he does is small, but look at the impact it's going to have. Like right now, we're bringing in 35, 40,000 people a day, and we're not even trying yet. We haven't sold anything yet. It's just
Marty, there's something I wanted to add. What you said yesterday, I said this thing. When Mohammed Kamal showed us the 12 million, we saw it, the calculator. That's the millions of data. For what? For 60 days. He said, Collins, you will know this. I look at it and laugh, but I felt that pain and gratitude. I said, founders, you've been using this. I know a lot of people have been using O Connect for free. They're doing their business because they don't want to pay for Zoom anymore because it's paid. You have 500 users and you have 2 hours to run your business. There is no meeting you can hold, especially a business meeting for more than 2 hours. 1 hour, 30 minutes is done. 1 hour is done. So it means they can even pause their account, use O Connect for 60 days. Let's say AWS charging us everything, and I went to the highest package. I said, okay, the minimum they can tell us is $50 an hour. Multiply $60 times 12 million hours. How much do you think it will give you? 6 million. Divide 6 million, 60 days divided by 2. That's the simple math. 6 million divided by 2. It means we are paying 3 million an hour, a day, a month. It means ONPASSIVE is paying $3 million.
so we can play.
That's what I said. I said, okay, let's
I know. I know.
Yeah, I said, let's reduce it to $25. We are paying 1.2 million plus a month. You can reach a $20, it will not still be less than $1 million. And that's why when Mohammed Kamal said it, I said, I don't want to go to that calculation. Let me tell you, their company, I know they pay 1 million a month. And I know company that Marty DeGarmo, I've shared this with you. 33 million a year. I've shared this with Marty DeGarmo. And I said, if we know what we have in our hands, we should be thankful to to Ash Mofara, because he sacrificed his finances for us to be financially free.
That's why I say, Collins, when people ask me these stupid questions, well, what about this and what about this and what about that? I go, wait a minute. The CEO is Ash Mufara. We've all been in minimum a year yesterday, the day before. I am not going to answer some stupid question. You know his interest and what his goal is. He's out to help us, not hurt us. So I don't want to hear something like, well, how are we going to know what we're making? I said, okay, all the business you ever have. I said this to a guy online. How many business you been in? Oh, maybe 50. All right, you knew all the pay plans, right? Yeah. How much did you make? I made this 1 year and this. No. In total, plus minus, all the way through. Why did it make anything? So how much did it mean to you to know the pay plan? Ashwin said, I'm going to pay you as much as I legally can. I don't give a crap what the math is. If he's squeezing a rock and getting everything out of it, what more could I ask for? I don't care what the pay plan is. I know what his intent is. His intent is to give as much as he can. He had to hire people so he didn't make himself bankrupt because he wants to give. That's who he is. So we got it made. And to prove that point, he hasn't brought in a dime to Unpassive in a year. In fact, he's paying out money because, like what you just said, paying money to AWS. And let me tell you something. AWS ain't cheap. They ain't cheap. And then we get in and we're learning, we're messing around. Yeah, they're learning from it. But they know everything they need to know now. They didn't have to bring it back out the last 2 or 3 weeks. There's no way. But they did because, the people are waiting. We don't have it ready yet. But nobody wants this thing to launch and money to flow more than Mr. Mufara. But he's proven a point to us. As badly as we need money to flow, I will not sell it before it's ready. We should be happy with that. Right?
Yeah.
And where else can somebody like Chris Johnson even get a position? Right?
There goes the neighborhood.
I didn't know I was on there yet. I was looking for
there's something I want to share before I give
differently.
There's something I wanted to share before I give it. I just handed it and I said, you know what? It's crazy. When I look at old tracker, last time, went on ONPASSIVE 360, 85 plus billion US dollars. Do you know how much Google Analytics is charging for the latest, the latest now, the product they have, Google Analytics? It is 13,000, 12,500 US dollars a month. And a year is 150,000. We talk about Adobe coming as well, because these are the two, Adobe and Google Analytics. 12 of them, they are in the market. But these are
and by the way, Google owns 72% of the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the big dog.
Yes.
At least they are this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just imagine. So I'm asking myself, so how much we have surpassed them? How much will Ash give us? Because we cannot pay. If Ash said, I want to charge you 12,500 or even 6,000 a month, how many of us, the founders, will be able to pay that money? That's why I was talking to my tech brothers, Oliver, Bob, Vincent, and I called Chris. I couldn't sleep. I was working. I called Chris.
He called
me. Chris, my head is still spinning. I said, I can't sleep because are they going to give us, because a lot of founders will not be able to pay. If I look at other providers, will not be able to pay this money. So what is Ash thinking about us? Because this is a lot of money. So I don't know. I was just going crazy. I called
Chris. Yeah. I don't answer according to Chris. But anyway, they're going to come up with a value that just can't be touched. I said it again. He goes, we found out that what these people are charging is outrageous, but they're getting away with it if you're the only one in town, right? You name the price.
They just say it's zero.
No, they're gonna be exposed because of what Ash is going to come out with. They're not going to be happy campers. There's no doubt about it. But here's the other thing. Somebody asked me a question the other day. If there's three levels of that product, and I own level 1, but there's commissions from 2 and 3, do I get paid from it, or do I have to own it to make it? So I text Ash. He goes, no. Whatever one you own, you get paid commissions from all 3 levels. That's something else he didn't have to do. That's a big deal, by the way.
So generous. So generous.
Oh, wow.
Shouldn't surprise us, but it still does. It's just beyond.
In fact, I had to ask it again because I'm thinking he didn't hear me right. And of course, then I get the duh, like I'm some kind of idiot.
That's amazing that he would pay for all 3 levels if you only have one,
No, and it's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And by the way, Collins, if you were that spinning and that excited, and there's a million people you could have called, you called Chris Johnson?
That's nice.
No, I just
I saw
want to
Jeanne
get that.
Alleva online.
I just want to get that straight. Yeah, I want to get that straight. All right, just want to make sure. And you weren't drinking or anything, right? You were okay.
No, I was fine. I was working. Then, during my work, I know we hit the bottleneck. I said, no, I need to call somebody now because my head was just spinning with the amount. I said, are you sure foreigners were able to pay this money? Because it's too much. I called you and I saw Jeanne online. I said, let me call because I know Lynn already know the amount and Rob. I said, let me share it with somebody because I couldn't hold it. I said, are you sure Ash will give us even 6,000 to pay or even 3,000? How many found? I was thinking about Africa, Papua New Guinea. I said, how much will it cost? Because these people are charging this amount of money. And we have the best of the best. I've looked at it. We are above them. 1,000 miles. How much will Ash charge so founders can own it and make something? Because I know the company will come. But the money is too much because this application is massive. And that's why I was just restless. I said, no, I need to speak to somebody.
Wait a minute. I was your 5th choice?
No.
I was your 5th
You were just there. I called Marty, called you. You didn't pick it.
Then I thought you said, I called Marty, I called Jeanne, I called Lynn, I got Rob.
No.
Chris will answer.
No, Chris. They already know. We discussed it. And, Rob and Lynn already know because Rob was also looking at prices. So I wanted to talk to Marty. Then Jeanne was not online. I said, you know what? I need to speak to somebody. I said, Chris will be the only one to pick my call now.
Well, the first time I missed it. The first time I missed the first call, and I bet you're probably saying, he's no better than DeGarmo. Click.
Are you talking to a back scratcher?
Oh, I have a back scratcher in every room. I love it. Keeps my hands busy.
I was looking.
Oh, we're not going there.
He's got a furry spot on the back that he just can't reach.
Chris called me immediately when Chris saw my call. Chris texted me. I said, you know what, Chris, this is what I want to tell you. I cannot text you. I want us to discuss.
It's like someone just gave him $1 million. He was so excited. This is what I did. It's a lot of money, isn't it? He'd go on for 5 minutes. It's a lot of money. He'd go on more and more. All I had to say, that's a lot, isn't it? I didn't even know what he was saying. That's all I do is say it. It's a lot, isn't it? Let me tell you, Chris. He was going and going and going. I finally said to him, hey, man, Red's about to go live. I got to go watch Red's live. Oh, yeah, go watch Red's live.
Speaking of cell phones, since you had your cell phone up to your ear, how about the mobile app? That was the last thing that was talked about. Are we ready for that? An ONPASSIVE mobile app that'll do everything we can do on a computer?
I was so happy to hear that because even the little bit that I do, like I had 75% of the people were all on phones. Everybody's doing stuff on a phone. I can't because I got 10 thumbs, but I mean, everybody, Red did his whole business on the phone. Really. He just got a laptop a year and a half ago. I didn't even know what a phone looked like until 2 years ago. I never even had one. But they do everybody's on the phone. And look at the phone though. The phone is a computer, it's a TV, it's the news, it's everything.
A camera.
It's a GPS, it's a camera, it's a video.
Bank.
It's a bank.
Calculator.
Yeah. It's everything.
It is everything, yeah.
You can
Phone
even
can do
talk to
anything.
people on it. It's a cell phone.
Start your car, turn your heat on in the house, lock your doors. You can do everything from a cell phone.
Remote control for Roku right there on a cell phone.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. I remember, I don't know how many years ago, I think I was with my kids in Walt Disney World. And I think they might still have it. There's a little section going futuristic stuff. And they had a Hummer truck that ran on water. They had a laptop that you can write on this. Now, this is way a long time ago. I'm thinking, oh, that would be pretty cool. And now all that stuff is here and we don't think nothing about it. But back then, I think my kids were like 5 or 6 years old. And I'm thinking, who the heck needs some? It was like, I go, what is that? A lunchbox? It opens up and they can write on the screen and they can turn the screen around. I go, in my head, what do you need that for? I didn't know nothing about computers. No one knew nothing about computers back then, but it was just weird to me. Now that I think about that, everything they were talking about came true. It was already in place. It's just like artificial intelligence. It's been talked about it's been actually used since the early 50s, right? But it's always been there, but we just never knew about it because nobody talked about it. That is the honest to God truth. No one really understood what artificial intelligence was until that one time that game beat it, and then that was it. And people have been trying to figure it out, progress it, control it, and they're there. They got it. I think what Ash is doing is the smartest way. Like I said, what I didn't tell you is Elon Musk, he invested $100 billion into artificial intelligence, but he's also the one saying, no, it's dangerous. You shouldn't do it because he's got an agenda. Very rich people have agendas to shut you down so they can get at everything. And he's going to have he wants full control of that. That's my opinion. And that's why he does that. So if you don't believe in it or you're scared of it, but you're going to invest $100 billion into it, what does that tell you? And that's just not Elon Musk. That's every extremely rich person in the world. God bless them. That's what they want to do with their money. That's what they're doing. Artificial intelligence not only is the number one thing talked about, like Marty said, it's the number one right now thing that's being invested by not just companies, billionaires, companies, because companies know, small and big, if we don't have artificial intelligence in our system, we're not going to have jobs in 10 years. They're trying to stay ahead. And if you don't have AI in your system somewhere in your business, man, your business is going to fold. I can promise you that, literally. And there's no stopping this. You can't stop artificial intelligence because it does fix a lot of things. Listen, we say this all the time. In everything good, there's always something that someone can make bad, right? I gotta imagine back when a rifle was, first made. Probably because of the Civil War and all that, but it was also because they were hunting. People were using bow and arrows, right? It wasn't meant to start, hurting people, but you got a few crazies out in this world that decide to take a perfectly good tool and hurt somebody with it. But that's possible for anything. But artificial intelligence is going to do so much good for so many people, especially the medical world, I believe, where diseases are going to be cured even though they probably should have been cured years ago. But artificial intelligence, I think, is going to say, hey, man, why didn't we get this 30 years ago? And then I think about all the people in my family that passed away from cancer, and that's the hurtful part. But I think it'll change lives. It's a good thing. Now, is something bad going to come out of it? That depends if there's another evil person, another Hitler that pops up in this world somewhere. You know what I'm saying? God forbid that. Okay.
All right, and we have Martin. He's asked, I love the web while watching. My concern as a founder in PNG, how much are you, as most disadvantaged founders of PNG, are going to pay? May God bless you all.
Well, I remember what Ash said, and he said it so often and so well. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeanne. If you were able to afford the 97, the Just 97, which I'm throwing that hat away. That was my first hat, Just 97. Might as well have a Just Zero hat. But I don't know. Lost my train of thought when I was talking about 97.
Yeah, it's going to be affordable.
PNG.
Yeah, it's going to be affordable. It's whatever it is. It's going to be. He's not going to do anything to make it hard for people.
No, you're going to be able to use the 97 that he gave me back. That's why he did it.
And then he explains it today in detail, which was amazing. So,
well, the other thing, I think a lot of the founders, if you have someone underneath you that can't afford it, a lot of us are going to step in and help you out with that too.
Absolutely.
This is the thing. It's made for everybody. And when you start understanding it, what are you going to do with your money anyway? You gotta help people. That's what this is all about, loving people. And you get them started on that first part, and it just rolls from there. You don't have to worry about it. And I was thinking, as Chris was talking about, Elon Musk, he says that, and he says maybe we put it on hold for 60 days. Do you realize that when he said that, there was some people who stopped their thinking for 60 days? What does that do to them? That puts them probably hundreds of years behind in 60 days, because a guy with artificial intelligence can do about 3 months worth of work of what a guy without it can do. So they do, and I'm not saying that they necessarily have that agenda. But then the other thing Chris was saying is that it can be used. Anything we have can be used to bad if you let it. But the cool thing about it is, if the good guys get in first and they grow, and remember, they're putting out 33 months in advance every day, and they're getting further out there in front of the bad guys. When they come on, we can just shoot them down. I mean, and that's important, I think, in the world of AI.
No, that's exactly right. There's a lot of people afraid of AI. A lot of people were afraid of the car when it first came out. Oh, listen to all that noise, it's scaring my horse. You look at the stories, they got stories about it. But as time went on, and then people say, oh, it's going to take jobs. No, in reality, it's not. What about the jobs that AI is going to create? We don't even know what they are yet.
Right.
We didn't know what jobs that the car would create. How many millions of jobs work for the car industry? Millions. The paint companies, the tire companies, back years ago, the carburetors, all the parts. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, there's so much involved. And when you get AI, I mean, I saw they had an AI robots running a, how we have to recycle stuff, right? It ran the recycle company, where it would take plastic and put it in a bin, it'd take metal, put it in a bin, it'd take wood and put it in another one, or 24/7. Didn't get tired, didn't sweat. So yeah, it's taking somebody's job. Yeah, but it's going to create another job. That's how it's going to work. It's been that way in the whole history of man, from the back when the Carnegies was steel. Everything that was made, but oh my God, it's going to ruin the world. No, it's changing the world. I see a day, maybe a time comes where a 40-hour week is now 24-hour week work. If you're making the money and you're living okay, I mean, what we get a standard, and we run everything off of what we've done. Thank God ONPASSIVE runs off where they're going, not where they've been. And that's the beauty of ONPASSIVE. When I see ONPASSIVE, you watch what they've done to this point. I don't need to know exactly where they're going, but when you do that, those type of things, the Burj Khalifa, get your name on a train station that has 1 billion people a day, and you start building something like that, you gotta know they're in for something huge. Unless you're a complete idiot. I mean, what company would do what Ash did? Why are you building this big landing strip? I don't even see a plan. You're about to see something land on this earth that's going to rock the world. That's exactly what's coming. I don't understand it. Why are you? It's like that Les Brown with that bamboo tree, and he waters that enough for 5 years before it comes to the ground. People making fun of him. What are you doing, man? You're watering dirt. There's nothing there. And when it pops through, it grows 90 feet in 6 weeks. That's ONPASSIVE. When it comes, and I tell you, when I was on the Autobahn in Germany, I remember this to this day. I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was a dot behind me. It was a dot. 3 seconds later, that dot passed me at 150 miles an hour. And I went, holy cow, that's ONPASSIVE, guys. It's exactly what's going to happen. They're not. They see it. I'm sure there's big companies a little nervous now, because that's why Ash is getting doors being knocked on. Hey, what's this? What's that? They're becoming the hunted. He's not joking. Now he makes a list of the criteria who he lets join us. It's a big deal. It's only going to get more so. It's only going to get more so. Like I said, 20, 30,000 people taking pictures of the Burj Khalifa. Look at the pretty colors. They take that camera home, and their dad or their uncle works for a big company, and he's going, yeah, it's pretty colors, but what the heck is ONPASSIVE? Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Google, what is ONPASSIVE? How did they get their name on the tallest building in the world? We made $5 million last year, and they don't even know who we are. It's a big deal, really. I think there's a lot of talk and a lot of boardrooms going, hey, Harvey, get over here. I'm waiting to go find out who ONPASSIVE is. Why? They're all over Dubai. But listen, everybody knows Dubai is the hub of what's coming in the future. It is. It flat out is. When I first heard I knew about Dubai years ago. When I got ONPASSIVE, I remember thinking to myself, man, wouldn't it be cool if we got in Dubai in like 10 years? Like, we're born there. Like, we are all over Dubai. That just doesn't happen. It's not about money. Dubai, you can't buy your way into Dubai. They either love what you're doing or they're part of what you're doing. And in fact, they love us and they're part of what we're doing. It's a big deal. It's a big, big deal.
There's no better.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
There's no better place than Dubai, Marty, for targeted traffic.
No, not for what we're doing. Yeah.
Traffic, but targeted. There's no better place we could ever go for targeted traffic. When you think every one of those people going through that station, they are probably connected some way with IT, whether it's them or they bring it back to someone. There's just when you talk of targeted traffic, when I seen that, it's like, oh my God, it's a big deal.
And it's about the thinking differently, to go back to what Collins was talking about when he was talking about QA, that they think differently to create things. I mean, ONPASSIVE thinks differently. And it's the only way. It also goes back to when you were talking about, Marty, the tech team. The websites they're designing now are so superior to the ones that we first started out with. And when, Mohammed Nazal came in, sometimes it takes someone who thinks from a different level or different perspective to open up your brain. And I'm looking at this panel right here, and we all of us think very differently. And I could maybe say that about all of the founding members. Probably not. Like, some people just can't see certain things. But if you have a mind that is thinking, just coming at things from a different perspective, that created, and I think Ash really needs to have people like that around him, which is why Mohammed Nazal is such a jewel, is that he's always thinking. So he probably came into that tech team, and all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, we could do that. It's not that they didn't have those skills. It's just, you get that different perspective. And so ONPASSIVE being a business that's, out in the world, I mean, these other companies, they can only look at it from that, we want to make a buck. Not all companies, but, there's the big ones that really have just, billionaire CEOs and the, people, it's and charging too much for it and all that stuff. Well, here comes ONPASSIVE thinking completely outside, no box whatsoever, just outrageously creative. And it's the only way that change can happen. And I don't know if I'm articulating myself well, but it's, you have to think differently. You have to think a little weird if you're going to change the way things are. And if the world is so corrupt with the financial systems and all of this, you must come from a place of definitely a higher level of thinking from a higher consciousness, but even like coming at it sideways and from all different angles to come up with something so unique. It's the only way change will come. So we're very, very fortunate to be one amongst each other, because you can feel the energy. It's like, I remember first talking with Milo. I was like, oh my God, my head's going to explode. Milo, you remember our conversations when you were doing the show? And it just is like, it lights fires in your mind. I think it's super healthy. I think it's really great. Why the on-passive effect is we're going to get younger and younger and younger and more happy because of that brain activity. It's really, really important. But I know I went in a million different directions there, but
welcome to the club. Yeah, that's where I live. No, but bringing that up, what happens with people is they think one-dimensional. They see the name of a product. Well, that's not for me. I remember, and this is where I saw it more than anywhere else, was on Jeanne Milo. They would have somebody come on. It could be, one time it was a coach. One time it was a singer. And they never put ONPASSIVE in the list to enhance what they love doing. And you could tell. He had a guy one time that was the coach, and he already told Milo, I got to be out of here in a half hour. Remember, Milo?
Yeah, I do.
The conversation started, and we started saying, well, you could get in here and do this and this and this and this and use this and do this and use this and do this. Now, all of a sudden, he didn't have a meeting. he never left. And he started to think, oh, my God, I never thought of that. You could see him change because they look at a product one-dimensionally. Well, what am I going to do with it connects? There's nothing I can do. Well, what if you wanted to do this? And you start saying a few things, and you can see his face light up and go, I didn't even think of that. That's right. That's the problem with people. You got to think of it, because whatever you think, you can do in ONPASSIVE. Whatever it is, whatever you're passionate. This passion, Chris likes magnet fishing. Now, 90% of the people go, what the frick does that mean? It's a lot of fun. It's really interesting. If you had a club in ONET, and you start a club like that now, okay, now there's 2 million people. When there's 1 billion, and they come in and he's got videos and he's showing them how to do it, you can make $5 a video, and you got 20,000 people that want to watch it. I don't need a calculator, but that's fun money. Okay, you're not even trying. And people need to open their mind to the potential. And I'm not doing this because I'm money hungry. I'm not. I want to make enough money I don't have to think about it. That's all I want. Something breaks down, I want to fix it. I want to go somewhere, I want to be able to go. I don't want to go on a trip and make bologna sandwiches and hope they don't go bad before I get to Tennessee or whatever, So, and that was my trips with my kids. We could never afford anything. But if I'm telling you, any passion you have, ONPASSIVE is the platform. I tell you what you're going to see. You're going to see inventions from ONPASSIVE because it's a platform for that. It's fertile ground for that. You're going to see things in every industry in the world. I believe that. Energy, health, music, language, education, business, all of that. It's going to change the world. That's why you see Ash jumping around like a Mexican jumping bean in his chair, because he's at the top of the mountain looking and going, oh my God, look what I see. Now we might be at different levels, but enough. I don't know what he can see, but I want to get up there as soon as I can, right? But if you can get everybody to get to the next level, you can see it in their face. I talked to people that wouldn't even put their camera on 2 years ago. Now they're doing webinars. That's the platform of ONPASSIVE. It enhances you as far as you want to go. The worst thing people can do is chase Marty or chase Chris or want to be Milo or want to be Collins or RobLynn or Jeanne Alleva. This platform has a million lane highway, and you could drive your passion to wherever you want to go. I believe that without a doubt. You can't name a business that you give me 15, 20 minutes, I could tell you how to blow it up. And I am no expert at it, but I see the potential of ONPASSIVE. You could write music, you could have people singing, you could have stand-up comics every week. Good night, baby, good night, because your audience is going to be doctors, lawyers, movers, shakers, directors. Everybody's going to be in the platform of ONPASSIVE eventually. In fact, some of them are already there. Look at all the inventions that never come through because they get squashed by the big guy, right? Some farmer in Iowa figured out how to get pig poop and turn it into some kind of fuel. Well, the gas company's saying, hey, go buy out Charlie Quicksaw over there and give him $1 million to shut up, buy his stuff, and trash it. That happens all the time. And on passive, it's not going to happen because money doesn't drive it. No. We got to think about what it is. Photograph. People are going to see a safe haven for crazy, cool stuff. And it won't get squashed because Ash doesn't care about money. I really, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm excited over it.
Marty,
excited.
that's really cool what you said. And just to tell you a personal story, this is a personal story. When I was a kid, there was a man in our church, an older guy. We didn't know him real well, but his name was Mr. Pisek. He come from kind of out in the country, and he would come to church. This was probably in 1969. He was working on a carburetor that would go 250 miles a gallon, get 250 miles a gallon. And he got it to that. And he was telling my dad about it. My dad said, well, what are you going to do? He said, well, Chrysler's wanting to buy it from me. So he ended up selling out to Chrysler. And guess what? He got a lot of money. Do you know that Chrysler never come out with the carburetor for $250? I'm sure the big oil bought it out or whatever. But they also come back in the middle of the night, went on his car and took off his carburetor that made 250 miles a gallon. This is an old guy that spent his life trying to help people, wanting to do something good for people. And here, the big industry takes it away, like you said. And I do believe, and I'm so happy about what ONPASSIVE is doing. I believe this is the part that says the correction for the corruption. I've talked to people who's invented medicines for cancers, that's cured cancers and stuff like that. They try to get it out there. I had one guy walk away from me with tears in his eye because I said the thing that's terrible about it is how are you going to try to promote it? He said, oh, the only way we can is through big pharma. And I said, well, that will never work. And the guy turns around and he cries and he walks away from me. And his heart's got to be breaking because here he's worked his whole lifetime to create something good for people. And it's engulfed by these people that, are the big guys, So I love ONPASSIVE for that. So I love what you're saying, Marty.
We've got a question that John Barilla is reiterating that I had mentioned earlier, repeating.
Ollie's question, right?
Ollie's question. Of course it's Ollie's question. I'm not smart enough to know. What part of the presentation of OConnect today, the webinar today, excited you and made you the happy camper you are? How about you, Chris? What was the highlight for you today?
You can have more than one.
Well, it's kind of like a loaded question there, Ollie, for crying out loud.
He's a smart
All of it. Listen, I stopped putting something favorite over something else. I equally love it all because it's equally fair for everyone. But I like the part what I talked about of that one car club, 500 members that reaches 100 million plus individuals. That's all I got to say. That's numbers. That's one guy brought in literally a little club for the world, and 500 guys with some pretty cool cars is hooking up to over 100 million plus people. Think about all the things that that you've done your whole life, and I try to use those examples. Collecting, make the hats that you make, Rob. How many people out there do you think actually make hats? A lot of people, because you wouldn't have any hat companies that did this kind of stuff. That's probably another multi-million-dollar market, if not close to $1 billion, just hats. But that's something that should have taught us all a lesson when we saw this. Yeah, now they went for the elite people that have these cars. I get it. But think about in Florida, I've been in Florida many times where they got the car shows like they do in Michigan, but you guys have them all year round, where you got the old 30s, 40s, 50s cool cars, sitting in a little mall or a little shop, and they got the little folding chairs and umbrellas, and you walk up and like, wow, that's, you old Corvettes, Mustangs. Do you know how many clubs? Yeah, if you counted all those clubs to that one club that Mr. Nizella was in, that number quadruples in itself. I mean, on a given day in Warren, Michigan, on the weekend, there's at least 10 big car clubs going around that have their cars parked everywhere. Now, how I'm thinking is, how I looked at those numbers is, man, now, okay, what if I talk to one of these guys in this car club that comes out of Warren, right? And I'm thinking, good, he can open up a brand new social media, which is his own net, start his own club, all right? Start connecting with different car collectors or builders or just admirers all through Michigan. Now imagine if every state had it. Now imagine if every country did it. Now maybe some countries are going to use bicycles. How many of you know that there's antique bikes that people collect like crazy? How about books? People collect books. It's nonstop. When I just smelled that number, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's one little car club, literally. Now they're elite. I get it. But the average Joe probably, I guarantee you, if you lived in America most of your life, every one of you got a penny we call a weedy penny, correct? You've all seen the little weedy pennies. Everyone's got them because when I metal detect, I find them all the time. But what do? We don't go put them in the pinball machine or the penny candy gumball machine. We put them in a little jar. We collect them. Do you know how many people out there collect coins? Listen, this isn't to knock that car club down. There's more people that collect coins than do cars. I can promise you that. And that right there would reach, oh my gosh, everywhere. Because every single country, someone collects something in coinage. Whether it's their country, I know people that collect coins from all over the world, which is a really cool thing to some individuals. But that's a connection that every one of us can make. Someone in your life collects something. I guarantee it. Whether it's stamps, coins, Matchbox cars, baseball caps, jerseys. It goes on and on and on. How many of you went to concerts and still have your original Led Zeppelin t-shirt or your Rolling Stones with the big tongue on it? That's all stuff you got to think about. Everything out there is huge. When you bring it to the internet, it doubles in size. It triples in size. All right. This is why the internet is so huge, because you can get out to millions of people in a matter of seconds, where if you did the old-fashioned start a business, back in the day, they would pay us kids like $2 a day, and we go put the little, hey, open for business, new restaurant. We'd go put it in their little door handles for $2 a day. That's how we used to do it. Now you just get on the internet, you pay Facebook a few bucks, bam, you pop it on there, you put it on your Instagram, and you have advertising all over. What we're in is almost an automatic magnet of attraction to pretty much do anything we want. I mean, in a good way. But man, if I want to advertise the Mad Hatter because he has the best hats with the best emblems in the round, we can do that. We just did it right now. Everyone, the Mad Hatter makes the best hats in the world. Now, don't go to Rob. I'm using him as an example. He doesn't want to get flooded. But that's the internet. Listen, and I wish I wouldn't have ignored it. I ignored it for 20 years. I stayed away from it. It drove me nuts. I was wrong. That's one regret I have, is not introducing myself to the internet like I should have back in the day. Because back in the day, that's actually where all the bad people came from, actually, back in the day, when they realized what they could do the wrong way. Again, the greatest thing in the world, and people just abuse it. That's what makes it hard for people like Ashton McFarland, who does have a vision and a dream. But he's going to change that. I promise you that. When everything really goes smooth and out there, and it's on the road to almost perfectus right now, it's going to change people's minds. Every one of the people that you promoted or approached for a passive, when they see this works, the sad thing is there's going to be idiots, we'll use that word today, that are going to try to duplicate or say, we are better in this. But once Ash Mafara actually completes this mission, which is going to be forever because he's going to keep building it, people are going to start believing in things again. Hey, you know what? I wish I would have done that. I'm not going to say again, I wish I would have jumped into the opportunity. I missed 2 big opportunities in my life. Why? I got a job. I'll be retired in 20 years. Boy, did I make a mistake. I didn't make a mistake with a passive, but that's a passive, guys. It's open. It's a platform for anyone, no matter what you do. I love the fact that you can be paralyzed, deaf, blind, mentally disabled.
There you go.
Passive, and it's going to help. Yeah, like me, anyone. I'm the poster child of that, Marty. Right? But it's for everyone. There isn't nobody that can't do this. That's the honest truth. No one's digging holes. How many of you remember your first or second job you had, maybe as a young kid or a young man or woman, and the job just sucked, and you made like 35 to 40 cents an hour. And you went home and your mom and dad, how was it work? It sucked. What do you think? Oh, you got a whole 75 cents, Chris. What are you going to do with it? Not much. But as time went on, it went to, like Marty was saying, everything's improved. Everything. Do you remember at the gas station back when it was, let's see, I think when I started driving, it was 65 cents a gallon, right? And before my time of driving, you pull into a gas station, you'd have 2 or 3 guys come out. They'd wash your window. They'd fill up your tank. They'd check your oil. What happened to that? Well, they looked at it. Why do we got to do that anymore? The person's capable of doing it himself. They didn't really charge you any more money for that back then, but the company had to pay 3 individuals to run out and do all that stuff. That's changed. Listen, things are going to change whether we like it or not. Someday there might be people putting gas in your car again, and odds are it's going to be a robot that says, what would you like, sir? $75, please. Plug it in. And it goes. That's life. Get used to it. Don't even just get used to it. Grow with it. Because in the future, it's going to help you and your family out because it's going to make it easier. Because actually breathing in gas every day, it's not healthy. But that robot that's going to be doing that, it ain't going to hurt him. But us, it kills us. So, all right.
What the freak did you ask him? I was gonna add to it, but I forgot when we started.
Oh yes.
Oh, I know the course. Well, anyway, I'm looking a little bit of a different angle on like the car guys. Look, even if I have the money, I wouldn't want one of those cars. I like them. I think they're cool. But if you looked at the followers these guys had, that's where the power is. They're influencers. They have a following of millions of people, right? So they do something, the people that follow them do it. So there's also that aspect of it. You start getting an influencer off YouTube, let's say, or anybody that has a following. It's a big deal. And they have a huge following. Yeah, so either way, man, it's just there's so much leveraging going back and forth with ONPASSIVE. We're going to be blown away. No doubt about it.
Can you imagine, Marty, if I called up a Kardashian right now? Kim Kardashian. Hey, guess what, Kim? Hey, it's been 2 years. I haven't talked to you. I'm in this thing. You want to help me out? I'd love to. All right. Tell her all about it. And Kim Kardashian got on her show. 15 minutes off. I'm doing this new job. It's called ONPASSIVE. That's all it would take, guys, is one person like that, because billions of people follow. I'm not a Kardashian follow. I look at them because they're pretty girls, but billions of young kids follow the Kardashians because of their style. All it takes is for one of your individuals.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I'm gonna give you a news flash. Nobody's following because of their style. Okay.
Oh, no,
Let me just leave it there.
They're trendsetters. Yeah. The Kardashians are trendsetters, whether you like it or not. They are trendsetters.
This is
maybe not for our age.
This is a PG show. They are not trendsetters, okay?
Yeah, we interrupt this program to
go to.
Well, a trendsetter in our day would be who? John Wayne,
Mickey Mantle.
Cut to commercial.
Yeah, back to commercial.
Yeah,
I was going to ask
Marty
Collins.
So yes, I just want to come in from a different angle.
Not the Kardashian angle.
ONPASSIVE is disruptive, and I want to disrupt the whole information. So, Rob asked a question. I said, "What did we pick?" Chris, you said a lot of things, which is so brilliant and it's nice. But I'm coming from the point, whatever we see today, be it the advert, what they do in Burj Khalifa, wherever, what I pick is big data. Because at the end of the day, it's data collection. you know, when you look at ONPASSIVE cannot survive without the people. They build this company because Ash love a lot of people and want everybody to come in and participate, use the product. And when these people come in, say 5.5 billion people, if they come into ONPASSIVE, that's a huge amount of data. How would the company manage this data? That's where big data comes. They say when you talk about big data, is how IT company manage and maintain huge amount of data. There is no way ONPASSIVE will survive. And I believe that is Mr. Ashmofara's nightmare. And Marty DeGarmo always said it. It's not about the influx. It's about how they will manage it. You know, Marty always said every time, the problem is not coming. They manage it is the problem.
Yeah, they're coming. Yeah. I think the big thought is, oh my God, they're coming. Yeah, it's more the other end of that thing. Yeah. I would think.
Yeah,
not later, but it's just because when you start at the top like this, look, all these other companies advantage, but also disadvantage. They started in a garage. They started in an attic. I mean, it were 10 or 15 years before they made $1 billion. I mean, we started in the Burj Khalifa. I mean, where are we going to go? And when you have a grand opening, you're not looking out the window hoping 3 or 4 people show up. You're looking out the window going, we need a bigger boat. You know what I mean? You're doing the Jaws movie. This ain't going to work. So I understand why he's building the foundation part of it and why they're strategically, you know, I really don't think there's a thought about, man, I hope we get enough people. I don't think it's that at all. I think it's I've said this a long time ago. It's more of, oh my gosh, we got to be careful how fast we throw this out there. And I mean, I could be totally wrong. I never talked to Ash about that.
No,
that's from what I'm saying. Right. Yeah.
It's just like you have a burst pipe and you try to short it and the water is just flowing and say, no, but I don't really want it this way. I want to control it, but there's no way you can control it because they are just coming.
Yeah, it's coming, yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking about this when one of the, I forgot the name, saying about big data. I said, oh my God, this is what ONPASSIVE is looking for. People come in, how will you manage the influx of these people, manage their data and said, all right, it's like you want to control the pattern, trend, association of data coming in. Okay, Chris is looking for O Connect. Chris doesn't like this. How do I manage it? How do you do all of this to make sure everybody's getting what they want, go out? Because it's not about human being control, it's machine controlling. Jeanne goes in, I want old tracker, I want old stuff, I don't want this. How the system pick the exact match and give it to you? That's data. And that's technology. Ensure that you don't even have a problem like Chris say, oh, I never want O Connect and they give it to me. That's not what I'm looking for. Why do you give me O Connect? So machine learning comes from that. And I was looking the time IBM came, and a lot of people will forget. I know, Marty, you remember this. IBM, nobody can remember when IBM started, but I look at it, it started 16 June 1911. And we're still talking about IBM today. And when people think about ONPASSIVE will come and go, I said, no IT company will come and go, except the CEO said, this is the time, we don't want it anymore. IBM started 16 June 1911, and it was just about computing, tabling, recording, system, where they can do something like that. 16 June. And today we are still talking about IBM. They even have a little bit of data center. They do a lot of things, and they are still existing till today. So how do you think ONPASSIVE will just come and disappear? They built a good foundation by I think Herbert or Herman started it. You look at it, Google it. So ONPASSIVE is here.
Well, you know what it is, everybody. Really, I thought about this the other day. There's nothing magical about ONPASSIVE. In fact, what they're doing is just the right thing. If you can give people what they want and they trust you, you win. It's that simple. Listen, you order something. I go to Amazon. Why? Because they do it quick. Exactly why. That's why, and it's cheap. Am I in love with Amazon? No. Now, here's the difference. Unpassive built a culture of people that feel part of the company or whatever this thing is. It's far from a company anymore. Whatever this conglomerate thing is. That's the difference. But for the customers and the consumers all around the world, if they feel safe, they feel secure, and you're going to give them above market value, they're going to feel like you're giving them something. They feel good about it. Watch out, world. I mean, it's not, he didn't open up a secret. In fact, he said to me one time, I can't believe doing the right thing is so unique. Think about it. Doing the right thing is this unique. Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Mm.
Think about it. It's exactly it, and he's right. I mean, I'm going to give people I'm going to give people more than they deserve.
Mm.
Nobody freaking says that, for one thing. But if you do that enough and it spreads, how much marketing do you need?
Mm.
None.
Mm.
None. There'll be a day they don't have to market. You know why? Anytime your identity reaches a certain level, that's when you're the hunted. Facebook does not market.
Mm.
They got 1 billion customers. They don't need to market. They are the market. One day we will be the market. People will come to us to advertise. That's why I tell people, if you've got a passion or you got a business that you love outside of Unpassive, I don't. My business, my love is Unpassive. But there's people that have products and all that, and you put it into the marketplace, and 1 million people walk by your shop, percentage will buy. When you have 1 billion people, a larger percentage are going to buy. And let me tell you something else. If you did the right thing, and when Ash says people know who you are, if Collins comes out a year from now, 2 years from now, and really believes in something and says, you know what, this really works, it can mean $100,000 in an hour.
Mm.
That's when you will be known. People keep saying, look, nobody knows who I am outside of Unpassive, except my family, right? No one. And I don't care about that. But I'm saying you could be an influencer. It'd be very important that you do the right thing, not jump into everything. You got to believe what you say. But people follow you because they either believe that you believe in something, because maybe they're not sure yet. A lot of people will follow you to get what you got, even if they don't know what it is you got, until they get it. It's called osmosis. You'll bring people with you, and you can see when they start going, oh, I kind of like this, and they go on their own. That's beautiful. Best thing about Unpassive. I don't believe in motivation. I believe in inspiring people to go to their limit. And don't be afraid for somebody to be better than you. Encourage it. Because I had a question by somebody, I'm not going to mention her name. Well, a lot of people follow you, they listen to you, that's what I want. I said, you want that? Really? Let me tell you what you do. Shine the light on somebody else, as many people as you can, because the reflection is even brighter. I didn't know that as a kid, but it's just fact. The more people you help, something happens back to you, whether you like it or you don't like it. And I can name many, many people in history that happened to. Martin Luther King. All right. You've got all these great leaders that ever went in the past. It was all what made them famous. The famous ones, giving. Every one of them, they got it from giving. I had a lot of conversations about Ash with that. If people come to you and they know you sincerely care about them, your life will be different. Because people want to be heard. I point at people and say, when I first met Chris, he's sitting there wringing his hands, and you know how he's got that Stevie Wonder freaking rock he does? And I said, well, this guy can't wait to say something. I don't know what it is. And I said, well, you look like you got something to say. And he went, well, I didn't know that he was never going to shut up 3 years later. Okay, I might have been more careful when I rubbed that rock. You know what I mean? But no, you know what I'm saying. And I've seen it through the whole time I've been in Unpassive. When I wasn't in this business, I was in another business. I traveled the world, and I worked with people all over the world. I was a project manager, and we go different places, and I had interpreters with me, and we built plants, and I did training, and they sent me to Japan anyway. And I found out that most people want to be heard. Everybody wants to have a reason why. They want that reason. I matter. But they've been beat down so long, they think they don't. And I hate that. And Unpassive is that platform for that introvert to change the world. Some of the biggest inventions in the world came from introverted people because they were in the right spot and they felt safe to say what they felt. And Unpassive is that place. No doubt about it. And I love it for that. That's the main thing I love it for. Because everybody can be the best of them. But don't chase people. Don't try to be somebody else. It's a waste. And we don't need another me. God forbid. And we all know we could vote on it. We don't need another Chris Johnson. All right? One of them is completely enough. No, but you know what I'm saying. And you see, and I know in people's face, they've been beat down so much. They always say, well, he's lucky and she's great. Well, they're better than I am. That's a bunch of horse crap. I don't want to hear it. I've met what you call big marketers, people that made $100,000 a month. I met a guy that made $1 million in one day. And guess what? It's going to blow you away. He put his pants on the same as I did. And when you talk to him alone, he was a little boy. He was the same little boy that got picked on in school. He's a little kid. But out in the open, he gave this persona that he was something else. And he wasn't. We're all that. We're all that little boy and that little girl. You just got to give them a choice to let them move on. I did that pig story. I didn't know it was going to get this wild. But remember, my uncle told me, Marty, I need you to help me get the pigs in the next field. I go, how hard could that be? Take the electric fence down. We just walk behind them. They go in. They got to where that fence was, and you couldn't beat them with a bar to get them across there because they remembered that's where the fence was. That's people. I can't go there. I don't belong there. That's bullshit. You belong anywhere you want to go. When you get to that fence, keep going. The fence is down. You put that fence up. There is no fence. And Unpassive, it's a wide open field. Go. There's no reason for you to look at that way, look to your left, look to your right, look ahead. You can't walk fast if you're looking to the right. You can't walk fast if you're looking behind you. I mean, Unpassive will give you whatever you want. I believe that with all my heart. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. And everybody needs, I see people doing it. I'm seeing more and more people do it. Today, Ash met that gentleman from Slovakia. And he said in the text, reel him in.
Slovenia.
Yeah, Slovenia. That's it.
Yeah, what I said. No, it's Slovenia.
Yeah, well, he said, reel him in. Diamonds in the rough. I did that ever since the day I got in Unpassive, looking for people that I thought, they matter. And some of them, they didn't even know it. I'm telling you, there's so many people that just, oh, no, that's not me. Bull crap. Anyway, I don't know where the frick I took off. Chris made me do it. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeanne. You were going to say something about 18 minutes ago. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. But now that Slovenia just came into the mix, I'm telling you, I was telling Chris the other day that I'm having a bit of a freak out about Slovenia. I had a high school friend telling me about his, he follows this, thing on YouTube or wherever the heck of Slovenia. He wants to move there, but he can't because he has all these responsibilities here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you got to go. And then one of our meetings, Ash was showing pictures of Slovenia. And then I go to get on my computer, my desktop the next time. And you know how they put up those nature backgrounds and stuff like that? There's Slovenia. And then we have 2 people from Slovenia on the meeting today. And I'm like, okay, what up? Like, that's a lot of synchronicity. So I don't know what's up with Slovenia, but something's up. Whether it's, like, is it just me or is it?
I tell you what, Jeanne, this is a true story. This guy invited me to come to a webinar. I thought it was a webinar. Okay, remind me. And somehow someone told him that I wasn't coming. So I'm sitting there waiting for him. And I said, I texted him. I said, hey, I'm here. He goes, oh, I sent everyone to lunch because we were told you're not coming. I go, no, I told you I was coming and I was bringing my little brother with me, Marty. He says, well, they went out to lunch. I'm thinking, I'm texting Marty. I go, do you want me to stay? Yeah, just stay on there. No idea. We get on the webinar. He turns it on. And all of a sudden, me and Marty's head gets up and you hear cheering. I go, what the heck was that? Holy, he turns the camera. There's 400 people in the audience. And we were on there maybe 32.4 seconds, I think, because they had a curriculum they were following. And we missed it. He said, all right, guys, here's Marty, here's Chris, blah, blah, boom. And boom, he booted us right off. Remember, Marty? We were gone just like that. And I said, I love this guy. I love this guy. Now, what the one guy said today, the second guy from Slovenia said, this was our 8th live audience that we did in passive. Did any of you ever hear of that? I've never heard of it. Not once. They didn't get out and say, hey, you're going to come to our. They did it for themselves. They weren't doing it, say, look at me, look at me, look at me, like a lot of people do. It was private. And they did it. And I was so proud. I said, Marty, got to get these people. I called Tanya. I said, hey, I need these people's emails. Or was it Manu or someone? I said, listen, I got to get these emails. Why? I go, because I want them on the panel. Just give me the emails, please. And didn't know it was going to take another, half a month to get another webinar going. But when he popped on there, I'm like, ah, that's him. So we had started making a list about a month prior to get people that's never been on before. Brand new people, get some fresh people. And I go, this is one of those guys. But that's a true story. We were on his webinar for 32 seconds. And Marty texts me, goes, now that was a webinar. It was really funny. So.
And he was they were so grateful. They were so grateful for you showing up. I love that. So respectful. They had.
How about the other day? I knew about the guys from the Philippines and from Singapore, but I'm listening to them talk, and I said, "Wow, they're really sharp guys." And I said, "We got to get them on the list, get them in there, because there's just pockets of people that we don't know that are really doing a good job. We just don't see it."
Many.
I remember seeing on, I think it must have been Facebook, because I'm really not on anything else much, but it was pictures of the Slovenia face-to-face, and I was like Chris had said, like they kind of came out of nowhere from my perspective. Like I hadn't really seen anything before, but the pictures they had the marketing posters, and it was so professionally done. I mean, top notch, like really, really well done. And I thought the same thing you guys did. I was like, whoa, where did they come from? But they've been doing it all along. They've just quietly under the radar. I think there's a lot of people like that.
Yep, there's pockets everywhere. I went to Germany one time. They had a really great group of people. And yeah, it was surprising. I just didn't know.
We've got a question, if we can throw this out there for Collins, from Lucy Ingalls, who's a regular here. Hi, Collins. Are we about to say goodbye to AWS, just like Zoom? What do you think, Collins?
So AWS, I don't know if they really understand what AWS is. Data center. They do cloud and stuff like that. Amazon Web Services, and Zoom is just a webinar platform. They are two different things. So if you tell me, are we saying goodbye to Zoom? I'll say 100% yes. We are saying goodbye.
As soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as
we can. I think we'll also won't be using AWS. They don't want to do it,
Yeah, they really don't want to use AWS, and I believe very soon we'll not be using AWS again, because it's costing ONPASSIVE a lot of money, really lot of money. So I just pray that our the data center, the major one, comes out as soon as possible. So we'll just switch to, and then we say goodbye to AWS.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to have to use it, obviously, but But
Yeah.
that's part of what me and Collins were just talking about. It's
Yeah.
we're growing fast, and there's a lot of data to handle to run OConnect. Trust me, that's a monster.
Yeah.
It's a monster.
It's really a lot, Marty. And we're talking only O Connect. What about the O Mail, O Net?
All of it.
Oh my God! You look at the pictures that people are posting every day, and it's for free. But
I know.
ONPASSIVE is paying all of this.
Posters and videos and I know.
Yeah. And Mohammed Kamal just told us only about O Connect.
The money he's spending is going up every day.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be.
So
and now we brought in 1 million customers already.
Yeah.
They're all floating around back there too.
Yeah. And Marty, one of the things I was saying today, and I was saying to someone, we're talking, having this chat. I said, do you know why a lot of companies charge a lot? For instance, we'll talk about Google Analytics, they're charging 13,000, 100,000. It is 150,000. It's because they are using third-party application. So, and when you go to all those providers, they have to charge you. It's not free. So where would the cost go? It will come back to the users. So they have to bring that cost, because they cannot take the cost and give you for free. They say, all right, this man charges this. Now we've got this now. It's available to us. How much do we give it to the founders? Because we are in the business. If we give it for free, we'll broke. And the good news is Mr. Brown brought everything in-house. Look at OKYC. We call it about Verify in-house. Look at the financial service in-house. This in-house. Data center in-house. It's because he wants us to have a lot of things for free. Because if you have anything, there is no third party, somebody will control you, tell you, no, you have to pay so much, X amount of money. You just know, okay, I have the engineer to build everything. So most of the founders, they don't get this. They think like, oh, this O Connect, why don't you put it out? There's a lot of things. Just a lot of things. What if I give you to third party and they're charging me X amount of money? If I bring this amount and tell you, okay, now come and activate $1,000 for you to activate, everybody will say, whoa. Why? So that's why ONPASSIVE is taking every bit of time on the way to get everything in-house, all those little things that are connected outside, bring it in-house, because one application can have a lot of connectivity. I remember I said, when we launched, there was something. Google said, oh, you're not compliant. We cannot give you access to this. When they go live, you have to go and comply, and then before they can give you access to use the browser. That's a lot of things. So it's not easy the way people think. It's not really easy. I've seen this every time for my almost 15 years in IT industry, software development. I've seen a lot. And when founders say, I just laugh. I said, I wish you are in there. Then you see what you are saying. And if Mr. Brown said, all right, I'll source everything, bring it, and then guys to pay. How much do you think will pay for O Connect? Talk about Google Analytics, 12,500. That's what they are charging. How many companies are working using their resource, everything, to develop these products, and Google have to pay for them, and then take that amount, put it on the users. Ash doesn't want that. And that's why it's taking all this time.
I just did a stupid text about 20 minutes ago. Sent a text to Ash, and I said, I told him everybody that was on RobLynn. No, but here's what I said. Blank, 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 and blank, and blank. He writes back a bunch of question marks. I go, how hard is that to understand? I never said any more than that. I didn't say no. I just said everybody's name, and that's it. I said Milo, Jeanne, Chris. Oh, Milo, Jeanne, and Collins, and Chris are here. And that's all I put. And he goes, question mark, question mark, question mark. And I go, how freaking hard is that then? And I look, I go, oh crap, I never told him where here is. I never told him I was on.
That's why he texts me, is Marty drunk or something? I go, what?
He
Question
did
mark,
not.
question mark, question mark.
Man, I can't believe I leave out the whole sentence. What the heck? That's what Unpassive does to you, though.
Yeah.
Makes you crazy.
Honestly, when we think about this, Marty, every day we said, oh my God, I wish everybody knows how much the company is paying for everything. Just
Like as said, you can go into the Burj Khalifa if you just pay for what? 1 day?
1 square foot.
1 square foot, yeah. I don't want to go that bad.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. And there are a lot of offices Ash have not revealed to us, but we know they exist. You know, and I remember I told Marty this before even the data center came into existence. When we had our own mail or connect, I talked to Oliver. I said, you know what, we need our own data center.
I remember.
You
that
remember?
was a long time ago. You said, yeah. Well, how's he going to do that without a data
center? I said, Marty,
center?
on top of my head, if I say this on the live, I said, no, let's wait for 3 months and get data center. They'll kill me.
No, but you guys said it early on, the OTech Pros. We talked about the need for our own data center. Remember, Collins?
No, it was right after that.
Yeah.
He brought it up that we have one, but he said we're going to build one much bigger and blank, blank, blank.
Yeah.
And it made sense at the time, but I think we expanded before it's quite ready. So
yeah, and it's so beautiful the way Ash have done it, because every step of the way we can identify exactly what they need. You know, we look at it and say, my God, if they go this way and the way Ash is going, we'll need ABC. If we don't have this, it means we have to pay for third party and they'll charge us more. It means everything will fall back to the founders. Or that, my God, we'll not be able to pay for this product.
No, and guess what? He's still paying AWS and didn't charge us anything.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Here's a comment from Delisa Christie, who we see often. My husband is a software engineer, and he agrees OnPassive is doing everything correctly. And he's amazed our company shares with us along the journey.
Yeah, so am I.
Comment.
Yeah,
for sure.
So am I. That's why it makes it so easy for people to scrutinize. See, we weren't in Apple when they were building the iPhone. We only saw the end result. We thought, oh, what a great phone.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't there when they were screaming to each other when they pushed a button for a camera and it shut off or whatever, you know.
Yeah. And Maddie, one of the things I always say is it's very difficult for a software engineer to believe in OnPassive and said they will spend X amount of money and give us for free for $97. So that $97 was really something that they couldn't comprehend. I said, no, I'm not joining this company. I don't think it's true.
Yep. I couldn't comprehend it either.
Yeah.
No, when they first told me about what the company is about and what they're going to do, and I went, it's 97, and I went, oh, where the frick am I going to get $9,700 at?
Yeah.
No, $97. And then I actually went the other way, and I went, oh, how big could it be? 97. That doesn't make sense. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It made it look.
I think some of the hardest people to convince is the business guy, because what we're doing is not normal.
It's just not normal. No, there's nothing normal about it.
Who pays $97 and gets money back? That doesn't happen. So it's hard to comprehend. And as you go through it, you know, more and more stacks up, and he starts stacking the cool, and you start looking, well, if this happens, you could do this. And if you're doing it, man, all of a sudden it's big. It's real big. You know, it blows your mind, and it's hard to comprehend. Sometimes I call up Marty, or I'll call up Jeffrey or someone and just say, man, I got to talk to someone, because this is crazy what I'm thinking, you know, and if it is this, it's hard for me to believe, you know, but you just keep going, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Lisa says, yes, we talked about this on Friday Night Live. That seems like ages ago. Do you remember that, you guys? Friday Night Live?
Yeah.
The first time people got exposed to Biotech Pros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, I always thought when I was first getting involved, I kept wrapping my head around, wow, this is bigger than I thought it was. Now, usually any company I got in, it fell down quick, right? What you thought actually drops every month, not go higher. And this one just kept getting more and more and more. And I'm like, what the heck? I just couldn't believe it. Now I don't even.
Marty, when I first read the unpassive side, I joined. I've never seen Mr. Mufara, nothing, never spoke to anybody, nothing. And I look at unpassive, went to the side, it said internet marketing. But when I went to really look deep into it, I saw an IT development company. So I was talking to myself, I said, but how could this be an internet marketing? It doesn't seem right. Because what I'm seeing is a company that will become the biggest IT company in the world. Well, I said, well, let me just see what they will do. But I was just telling everybody, I said, you know what? Please know that it will take a long time. But when they build what I've seen, all of us will be happy. I don't really care how long it takes. But that internet marketing, the product, I don't know what they will sell because there is no product yet. Maybe Mr. Ashra has a product somewhere and he just want to sell it and just help founders or help those who are coming in. But I don't see it now. And it was true because I was seeing an IT company, a global IT company in the making. But my mind was not in the internet marketing. And I said, this is not. It's what I listened to my elders. I said, are you sure Mr. Farah will give us money on it? When I joined on 16 June 2020, I said, I can't see this. I can't. Well, let's wait for miracle. Maybe it's God. And when it goes and goes, I will come the hotel pro. Said, no. This company is an IT company, and it will take long to build this solution. But,
and you know what? And you know what was sad, Collins? A lot of the MLM builders, or whatever you want to call them, they wouldn't come in because they couldn't make money today. Like that, there's a really big builder in Mike Ellis's team. Big. He had big teams. And Mike had a meeting, wanted me to come, so I went there. He's a nice guy. And started telling me about it. Hey, look, I don't like knowing about the person I'm talking to. I just want to know if it's a male or a female. Because I don't want to be different because it's the president, or I want to treat him like I would anybody else. So we got on, and he's got a 500,000 list of people. I'm shaking my head. Yeah, okay. And he goes, but I'm going to wait and I'm going to do this when money starts flowing. And I go, well, that doesn't make sense. Of course, Mike Ellis looked at me like, I go, well, why wouldn't you build now? Well, then you don't really believe it is what it is, right? I mean, is that what you're saying? No, I'm not saying that at all. I got this list here. How old is that list? Oh, this is 20 years worth of list. It's garbage. Of course, I'm not making a friend right about now. I said, look, I threw away 40,000 people last year, and the year before 50,000. You don't work a list, it's dead. I can go on about 100,000 people's name and emails. It's garbage. So you got to work it, chat with the people, get involved, and keep making a new list. Anyway, I said, I don't understand. So we met again. And he said, first thing he said when we met, I wish I'd have shared it. Because it didn't make sense. Why wouldn't you share it why not build it now? I don't get it. I'm going to build it after it runs. Okay. I said, that doesn't make sense. Well, my guys won't get in unless they're making money. And your guys don't know what they're looking at. And I said, your guys aren't doing it. It's because of you. He said, no, it's not because of me. I said, first thing you told me is I'm not building it because I'm not making money. People are going to do what you do. Your people aren't going to do it because you're not doing it. You already told them, we'll wait until we make money. And he finally admitted, like 4 years later, yeah, you're right. I should have. It just didn't make sense because this is the easiest business I've ever did, ever. And now it's really easy because it's starting to go. But I mean, I just don't get sharing it. You share it. You want to get in what? What's it called? Like now, you want to get in. What do you got? They get oatmeal. You get it free. While you're in there, go to the top, click that button. What am I clicking the button for? It says affiliate. Don't worry about it. That. Just means you can receive commission. Oh, okay. They get in, they sign the NDA, and they're in. But people make it too complicated. Oh, you got to do this. You got to do. It's the way you phrase things that people just scares them to death. Hey, there's a new email system I'm going to. So if you write me here automatically. Why are you doing that? Everybody does that. Oh, well, I'm getting Gmail wants to charge me because I went over my data, and it's not very secure. So I'm getting all this spam and all that. And this new one is AI, and it's free and it's unlimited, and I can send text, voice to text, or I can send a video on my email. Can I do it? Yeah, if you want. Yeah, what's it called? No, I said it's free. Okay, send it. Boom, they do it. It's how you do it. If you approach people as a marketer, they're not getting in. And newsflash, I met a lot of people on Passive. I haven't met a marketer yet, except for Mr. Mufara. I met people that said they were, but I haven't met one yet. I'm not kidding. They talk it. Oh, I did this. I did that. Okay, you did. Can you create your own list of people through marketing? Not buy it, not a solo ad. Create a targeted list every day. No, and you're not a marketer. You just gave yourself that title. And why do that? You're just hurting yourself. 99% of people lose money. Numbers don't lie. So don't do it. That's what I'm passive beauty. Listen, we made a list of 50,000 people, and I lied to them. I'm going to help you. And I never did. I couldn't. It was rigged against everybody. Nobody has 10, 12 hours a day to do it full time like I did. I was on disability. I had nothing else. Most people don't have that time. And it's rigged against you. Companies rely on 2 or 3% to drive the company and use the people as sheep to drive the money. That's how they do it. That's how they win. 6 months later, they repackage it as something else and do it again. And everybody goes, well, maybe I'll make it this time. It's sad. On Passive, everyone can be successful. Everyone is Elvis Presley, right? Everybody's a winner. I mean, I told people from the beginning, you get in and you can buy traffic. Your first 6 months, you buy as much traffic as you can afford. And your great-grandchildren will never, ever work again. Ever. If you do that. That's my opinion. I don't speak for the company. But I would do whatever it took in the beginning, get it done, and walk away. Do what you want. But I think people kill themselves because they act like a marketer. And it's got a bad name. You go to somebody, how much do you make? Nobody ever asks me what I make. They think I'm a millionaire when I talk to them. Why? Because I walk and talk like I'm going to be, not what I am. You don't walk like you are. What you are is temporary. We're all going to be very successful. Why not act it now? It's not fake it till you make it. I believe you walk where you want to go today. That's how everybody that's successful, that's what they do. And Passive is the platform that everybody, look, if Amazon can make 40,000 millionaires and they weren't trying, what happens to a company where the CEO wants you to be a millionaire? You think there's a chance he could get 10 times that? I do. I really do. And he didn't build a multi-million-dollar company. He's building a multi-trillion-dollar company. Newsflash. If it makes $2 trillion and he gives away 50%, that's $1 trillion. That makes 1 million people make $1 million. Just rough math. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying the opportunity is really, really big. But share it. Don't sell it. right? Just share it. Like the QR code, I see them everywhere now. And they're huge. Some people got a QR code the whole page. You could scan it from Mars. But look, nobody's looking, and people don't mind scanning it because they feel like well, I'm going to scan this. Nobody will know. You're right. Nobody will know. I saw one where it says, "Don't dare scan me." I scanned it because I had to know what it was. Scan it on risk. Scan it on risk. I did it right away.
Oh, that's funny. Delisa says, what is your opinion on the timing of O traffic? Collins, maybe. Marty.
No, we'd all be guessing. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Virginia says, hey, you guys are still on. Cool. Wasn't today really amazing? And
Why? What happened today? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Zaran says, you are right, Marty. No traffic, no income. Amisha says,
It's so funny though. People see all these signs on passive.com, all over these malls, and now Mohammed Nazal's got every mall in the whole country, and they're saying on passive.com, oh my God, it's going down passive.com. Nobody can come in to OnPassive except to a founder. Who cares if it's just on passive.com? I don't care. Because everybody that clicks on it, everybody that scans it, everybody that writes it down, everybody that they're coming under a founder. There is no position in OnPassive.com. There's none. People got to get that in their head. Somebody asked me, where's the targeted traffic? I said, it's called Dubai. What the freak? The whole country is targeted traffic. Everything about Dubai is targeted traffic. A train station, targeted traffic. Guy coming in, guy going out. People that are visiting. CEOs. Presidents of companies. They're all targeted traffic. You couldn't get a better spot. And everything they see is it. And a businessman, you know that's what they're looking at. What the heck is OnPassive? Guarantee it. When I worked in a factory, I worked for a Fortune 500 company. Anytime the competitor was doing something, somebody'd bring it up in the meeting. Hey, what's the Gould company doing? I said, what are you talking about? They sent me to Long Island something to another company that buys our product. So I get there, and of course, I'm looking at the competitor's product, and I'm going, my God, they got twice as much inventory as we do. So I already know they're buying more of theirs, right? So I go back and say, they like them better. How do you know? We had 15 and they had 20, 35. How do you know? I counted it. I was going around counting it. But anyway, yeah, everybody does it. Everybody does it. Especially a company they never heard of. What do you think they're thinking? Honey, look at the beautiful colors. Sends it back to daddy, who's the CEO of some company. He's going, yeah, colors are great. What does it say? I don't know, something OnPassive. You won't believe it. It's all over the mall. We even went to the skating rink and there's OnPassive. I don't know what it is, but it's really nice colors. Colors? Oh, who is it? That, no doubt, that's happening every day. Every day. And people are Googling, finding out what it is. Best advertisement in the world.
So that's
It's not just one. Oh, sorry, Rob. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll wait.
I was just going to say, in that advertising is not just one product. Like, it's not just the new iPhone. It's this, it's that. It's one thing after the next. So people are going to be like, what is this company? It's huge.
Right. And then you've got Susan, who presidents of countries call her. And suppose she goes everywhere. I don't know about you, but I don't remember the last time a president of a country called me. Maybe in my dreams or.
Remember Wednesday night when I asked Ash, you're not working with any countries, are you?
Oh yeah.
Because
Rob, you're going to get me in trouble. Yeah.
I'm going to be in trouble. And then what's the first thing that happens today? Oh, we're working with this country and that country. Amazing stuff. A startup company working with countries? That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Collins, what does Google? I'm a Google executive in Dubai, and I'm watching all this because I do pay attention, let's say. What am I thinking about on passive? Am I nervous? I would say yes. Or do they care?
Google is more of a search engine, and I don't think they will feel anyway.
No,
they'll be
they
looking at
don't
us.
care.
All right,
Well,
it's a tech giant coming.
I thought it was Google Analytics. That's all I was thinking.
Oh yeah, Google. Oh yeah, they'll really be shaking because when they look at what Google and ONPASSIVE is providing now, which surpasses what they have, both functional wise, unlimited, and is driven by AI. And that's what I wanted to say when Chris talk about AI.
I'm not even tired.
Wait a minute. Let me mute first. Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
Tell Shorty Casey's not here tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, say they want to hear you say Casey's Evanbergen.
Casey's Evanbergen.
No, you can do it better than that. What's that?
Casey's Evanbergen.
That's really great.
Yeah, I only meant the analytics part because
so the analytics, Google will be really, really shaking, especially for now. They'll still feel like, okay, we have it, though we can't be bothered. But when old tracker goes straight, into the market, and they look at what the unlimited driven by AI, and then more features than what they have, they'll be really, really worried because we look at Google, we are talking about the price is 12,500 for a month and $150,000 a year. What if ONPASSIVE come and said no, it's just $1,000 a month? It's just $500 a month. You don't have to charge, and we have everything. So what? Even we have more features than them, and it's unlimited driven by AI. Honestly, either they come down to their price and add more features, or they just forget about it.
You're gonna have to lay people off.
Yeah,
better plan.
Yeah, and that's why I always see the beauty of ONPASSIVE, where everything is being done in-house. Said, why do we have to use third party, pay them, and then we have to put all these charges and levy back to the users? We don't want to do that. The server say, you know what, we'll take as much time. And if people look at the time, don't look at the product. One product can have about 10 parties, 6 party, company coming to support you because you want to buy something from them to build the product. So Google like this, we don't know how many third party are supporting Google. And if they pull out of business, Google can collapse. So Mr. said, no, let's do everything in-house. And when you get everything in-house, what happened? You can determine the price. You can say, I will give this for nothing. We can't charge anybody. We just give it for nothing, just to pull everybody. And look at O-Trim. O-Trim is $1 billion company more because of what the customization of the trim you are. Yes, they can give, Bitly can give. So, okay, if you want to trim normal trim, fine. But when you want to customize it and give like alias and stuff like that unlimited, they will charge you. ONPASSIVE said, no, we don't have to charge. Give it for free. What do you think will happen to Bitly? Maybe 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years, nobody will use them again because everybody want who will go where they will be charging you. And if I know I can get it for free, do you think I'll go to Bitly? I'll just come to ONPASSIVE and get it for free, trim it and go. So most businesses want free application where they can build their businesses, and then make more money and know that, all right, we didn't use anything, we just make our money and that's it. So they'll go where they'll provide them for free, to provide something for free, service for free. And ONPASSIVE is there to give them both free, and even the one that they want to charge is at least is reasonable. It's not something that will take your liver or They don't want to put something on you where you go and charge the consumers. Because remember, the consumers are the ones that are suffering. It's not the company. You charge me, I put it back to the consumers. And I make my money. So OnPassive is doing everything not to charge consumers, to give them at least a free, a fair amount of price where they are comfortable with and they can pay, so they can also do their own business and maximize what profit. That's what OnPassive is doing. That's why we have OnPassive. Maximize profit and minimize loss. So who will not come to OnPassive? When you look at all what we are having, who will not come? Why should I use something that will charge me and I know I can get it here for free?
Yeah, let me add something too. Think about this for a minute. A lot of these big companies outsource a lot of their business, what they need, things they need. We'll be that outsourcing for them. We will enhance companies, we will cause companies to do better. Now, will some be hurt? I don't want to mention their names. Zoom. No, but companies like that who are direct of a product that we use, but big companies that there is no direct competition really, we have the tools that they need that will actually make them better. And that's a beautiful thing because they're outsourcing now. A lot of these companies, they outsource tracking. Collins just said it. Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Would you like to have a tracking service that has all the bells and whistles and it's 80% cheaper? I mean, it's not brain surgery, of course. And by the way, if you have that, what else do you have? Well, we have traffic. What else do you have? We have organic traffic. What do you mean? Well, we've got 1 billion people on our platform. Wait a minute, can I advertise on your platform? You can advertise on our web pages if you want. They asked Jeanne Alleva, do you mind putting a Nike sticker on your web page? You go, no, okay. So you make a few dollars here and there. 100 million websites. I don't know, you know what I mean? All this adds up if people think of what's going on. We're going to enhance a lot of businesses. We're not out to, never said, never intended to hurt any business. There'll be some directly probably smacked into keister because we're making products that actually, that are directed towards what they're making. But I think there's a lot more companies that will use OnPassive to become successful. I really do. Chris, good night. Either that or pull your pants.
Yeah, I'm going to bed, guys. I got my daughter's bridal shower tomorrow, so I got to get some sleep.
Oh, so you're not playing pool tomorrow?
No. Maybe like
I'm not playing.
I got my saws coming tomorrow. I got to do some.
I'm not playing you drunk. I mean,
drunk? Who's drunk?
You'll be drunk tomorrow.
Oh no, I won't be drunk. I won't. No, I don't. It's my daughter's shower. The wedding, hell yeah, I'm getting drunk, but not the shower.
All right.
I got to drive my 87-year-old neighbor. You think maybe I'll let her drive?
She's in pretty good shape. She's probably better off than you. Yeah.
Yeah, she is. So, all right, RobLynn, thank you. I got to sleep.
Thank
you. Good night, guys.
Thanks,
bye, Milo, Jeanne.
Night, Chris.
Collins.
Marty.
There's a trick to calling Marty. You want to know how you do it?
Good night, Chris.
Dial him up, let it ring, and just hang up. He'll call you back. I guarantee it.
I'll do that, Chris.
And don't bother. You can send him a message. He claims he reads it, but he forgets about it. That's an old age thing, but you're better off sending him an email. But messaging, no. I sent him a joke 30 minutes ago.
Messenger.
Say, watch, everyone send him a message right now. See how long it takes him to answer.
No comment.
Good night, y'all. Marty, I love you.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's what Ash was laughing about. You know what I mean?
I know. Bye.
Bye, Chris. It was so good to see Ash laughing and being so excited. One
he's
of the
got a-
things that I really,
He's got a
really-
great sense of humor. He really
oh my
does.
God, I just love it. It's so witty, and it just instantly cracks me up because he'll just sling these things in sideways, and not every if you're not paying attention, you might miss some of them. So I adore his sense of humor. But
Milo, I got your message. Okay, does that prove it?
I love the fact that the way that they talk about each other and their teams is with such genuine affection. You know, like the way they talk about Professor Susan, with Mohammed Nizal talks about his team. It's literally with real deep respect and affection. And you can bet when Marty was talking about the creation of the latest iPhone, we don't see the behind the scenes. We just see the phone. We don't see them bickering and fighting and people getting fired over something not working. You can bet that they weren't making it with love. Like we do things differently, and you can just see it, just the way that they talk to each other. You can't fake it. You know, if they were trying to fake it just to put on a show for us, we'd see right through it. They just love each other, and they love us. My gosh, when Mohammed Nizal, he will, just the way that he phrases things, like he will say, "Congratulations, everyone." Like, we've been busting our butts doing all this stuff, and we've achieved all of these things. Congratulations. Like, it's so loving. I don't know how to describe it, and maybe it's just the way that he uses that word, but he did it several times, and I thought he doesn't think like normal people. He means it. It's almost like these people are, and this is a little out there, but it's almost like they're angels that are here to lift us for whatever reason, to get out there and help the world. And they're superhuman to me, the way that they talk to us with such love and respect. My goodness, they value our input. So that's something, to get back to the topic, that's something that really blew me away today. It's just the realization that they just love each other and they love us. It's just very humbling, very humbling.
And the way
I also want to give a shout out to the people on the chat, because there have been some amazing comments tonight about how people feel, and I know we don't get to highlight them all. So awesome job.
Jeanne, you said something which I want to touch on. Like when they come and they see us, they commune with us, they are so happy, so excited. We are the source of their energy. Because when we do live, and the faith, the belief we have, we all of us, 1.4 million founders, having ONPASSIVE, that is what is driving them to say, we can't fail these people. We cannot fail. We just have to do something. We just have to deliver. Because every day we are on talking about ONPASSIVE, talking how good the products are. No IT engineer in that position will say, I will give up. They'll tell you, we just have to deliver to make these people happy. Because all of them are behind us and they want to see us successful. And that's what is driving them where they are today. And the belief from our own CEO, Mr. Ashburn Farah, giving them that freedom to do things and say, I know failures can come, but don't worry, I will take the blame. Don't worry, I know what to tell the founders. There are times that they have bad days. They can come and smile with us, but I tell you, behind the room, they fight with each other and say, we just have to do this. They clean their face and they come out as one family to speak to us and smile as if nothing has happened. In the industry, we see this every day. We fight, we quarrel, we come, we talk to the users. But we say, oh my gosh, Marty DeGarmo, why did you say that? Why did you put me on, put me on the spot? But when Marty said, Colin, speak, I will speak. But when I go back, I say, Marty, you should have said this. You should have said this. That's what they fight, they do behind. I said, now you've made them, we have to deliver this because you said it. So we have to go and go to work. And that's what happened. every day behind the scene. But a lot of people don't know this. You know, when every day Mr. Ashmufara comes with, it is not every day he comes and smiles, it's a good day. But he suck it up and say, you know what, mistake has been done. And remember, when they scrap, I said this last time, the scrap, you know, Mr. Ashmufara said 2001, old tracker was scrapped because of the technology they have to build. You know, ask yourself, when they build something and they scrap it, who foot the bill? It's Mr. Ashmufara. The engineers, you have to still pay them monthly salary. That's the cost that you don't even get money anymore because you decide to scrap it and say, yes, it's not what, but you cannot fire them. You still have to pay their salary, take care of their families, their allowance. Some of them have sick leave, some of them have holiday. You know, you can't work in who have holidays to go and relax with our family. Who pay those bills? Mr. Ashmufara. But a lot of people said, my God, the promise is that I said, do you understand what you are talking? This is a company, and someone is just sitting there paying everything, you know, the cost and the loss and everything, the pain. But we don't take any of that. And just imagine we are now having the best of the best old tracker driven by AI. You know, Chris Johnson talked about AI, which we touched about. Yes, AI was there. We talk about, I look at IBM 1911 there. Why they didn't have AI at that time? Because there was no technology to build AI. There was nothing. Yes, it was there. They think about it, but there was nothing they can build on. This is the time for ONPASSIVE, because we have modern technology that can enhance AI. They have not only machine learning, but deep learning, big data, all of those things are coming into place. Look at where we are now with ONPASSIVE. It is the right time for ONPASSIVE because of all of this. The rest that you can call Apple, all of it came, but AI was there, but they couldn't utilize it because there was no mechanism to enhance it, implement it. Now we have everything, and the technology, I can name the technologies because at that time there was no JavaScript. Mr. Ashmufara knows. When Mr. Ashmufara wrote code, it was what? It was he called it, it was, I forgot the name, but that it was like old code, old way of writing coding. He said it. But we have JavaScript, we have Angular J, I can name all of them, Bootstrap. These are the technology you can use to build this. We have Python for big data. It's not there. It wasn't there before. You know, C++, C#, we can name a lot of them. They were not there at that time. And now we are talking about this late modern technology to build all of this. So we can have a better way to make the software more dynamic, more robust, more, you know, sleek, where we can use it, see the sharpness and the beauty. It wasn't there before. And now we are here celebrating, you know, with the hard work of all these guys, because they utilize all the latest technology to build this. And that's why when people talk about AI, why ONPASSIVE, I say, look, if they try to implement it, they have to scrap everything and build it from scratch. And ask yourself, if they want to do, say Google decide now, I'm scrapping all Google, stop all the search engine. A lot of companies will fail because there is no search engine again. Think about the whole world, they are using Google search. A lot of people will suffer because they want to implement it. Do you think Google will break everything down and build it from scratch? It means we now just have to go to Internet Explorer. That was the first search engine and the rest. And a lot of people don't like Internet Explorer because Internet Explorer now is Microsoft Edge. So you look at all of those things, you can put 1 + 1. You said, who on earth will break everything where you are making so much money and you can still sustain? Like telling IBM, shut down, start with AI. They'll tell you, forget it. And this is what I just wanted to share. They'll say, forget it, we are good.
So what Collins is saying is we're in a very good place. We're in a very good place.
He's been talking to Oliver.
Yeah, they talk every day, right? You guys compare notes and stuff. I know Bob, Oliver, Collins, and
Vincent.
sometimes Vincent too. Yeah, they compare notes all the time, which is really a good thing. And I want to tell you guys that we have 315 likes at 10:48 on hashtag RobLynn Live. Well, we really thank you for your support. That's a lot of likes. And we had over 300 for most of the evening, I would say. Would you say that? For most of
Yes.
the evening, that is a really good turnout. To me, it reflects people's excitement about the event today. They're so, after a big event happens, you're like, I got to talk about it. I have to share my excitement. I want to, see what other people think. So I think it's good that we had this place for people to
Sure.
express themselves. And we got to hear from the panel. Very lively discussion, funny. I enjoyed myself, lots of laughter tonight. So I really appreciate you guys being here and for staying here for what we've been on since, I think, 8:10 or so. So 9:10, almost 3 hours, going on 3 hours. And the conversation kept going. It was very active tonight. I want to see if Milo, did you want to say stuff? I know we don't have a hand to raise as in some of the other platforms. So StreamYard, you just got to wave or you got to just start talking. We'd like to hear from you. Just have to unmute yourself. Unmute.
Rookie mistake. Man, it's the first time I've done this, Oh, what a great show tonight. But I loved it. Colin, I loved what you were saying about, old Tracker. And the cool thing about own Tracker is that it can track everything and it can be on a page. It can be a word on a page. What causes people to stay there? Man, when you a business, you got a business there and you start tweaking things, it's unlimited where you can go. That was a great thing. But I like to go back, show those videos. Those videos were so crisp on the show and how that came about. And can you imagine a musician or a singer presenting a concert on O Connect and having that type of quality? Or you even, let's say, go to a church, Amy or not, but anyway, can you see me or could you hear me? I don't know. Mine was going out, but
Yeah, we can hear you.
anyway,
It's been
thank
sort
you
of
so much
flickering.
for having me on the show tonight. I really enjoyed it. I love listening to all the comments.
Oh, looks like you came back.
That's been happening a lot with get the scrolling, and I don't know if it looked like that on your end,
Did you
but
hear me?
people would go in and out. But it's been pretty good
I
otherwise.
heard most of
Yeah,
you, Milo.
Yeah.
You what?
Sounds
Okay,
like
good.
My
Well, you
soul.
probably heard all you needed to hear,
It was
I
all
love all of you,
gold.
man. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, thank you.
Milo.
Lamar Reynolds says, doesn't the product go live this week? We'll let Collins take that one. Oh, you're muted, Collins.
Yes, according to our CEO, Mr. Ashmufara, I said the product will be going live this week. But let's understand that it's technology. So let's wait and see. But I believe 100% that we'll see it live. That's my belief. That's me, Colin, saying. But we just have to understand that it's technology, so we don't have to put our finger on a date. So if everything goes as planned, according to plan, we'll see the product, O Connect and O Tracker going live this week. It's already live. We cannot say it's going live. It's already live. It will be a paid product. Let's call it that way. Because O Tracker is live, O Connect is live, O Tracker. We are doing the free trials. They are all live. But say switch the button now so we can pay for it. That's what we are waiting for. And,
All right.
that's it.
All right, thank you. So, Milo, I want to give you a couple of minutes to plug your what's coming up for you that you had shared with me. Go for it. Oh, I think its connection is poor. We'll come back to you when the connection gets a little bit better. So let's go to Jeanne now with her final words for this evening, if you have any.
Well, I think Milo just got back. Do you want to keep going, Milo? Talk about your
Back. We'll let him in again.
Okay. For me, it's just, well, one, we've had quite a day, huh?
Yes.
And you know, doesn't it feel like we could just go on forever talking about this? It's one of those things. It's just so vast that you really could talk about it forever. But I think we're in that time where coming up this next week's going to be incredible. So now's the time for us to get organized. If you have multiple accounts, make sure all your emails are accessible. Make sure you've logged into your OES for all of them. Just sort of, arrange the papers on your desk, however you work, so that when we get the green light to go ahead and purchase products, we don't have to scramble and think about things. We're just, we treat this like the business that it is, the massive multi-million, multi-billion, multi-trillion dollar business that it is. And now's this time when we're, waiting for that paid product to be available. Now's the time to get organized and think about what you want to do when the apples fall. What do you really want to do beyond the obvious? Start thinking out, think like Mohammed Nazal. Think creatively. What ways in your community could you do something really different that you'll finally have the means to do that would be really transformative? The world is our oyster. Actually, who was it that said, was it Comfort? I think it might have been Konfor. Oh, forgive me if I'm saying the wrong thing, but she said that the world is our oyster, like oyster, but with OES. So like the world is our OESter. I don't know who first said that, but when the first time I saw it, I'm like, that is just it. That's it. The world is our oyster. And so let's get excited about that. That's all I have. It's just, gosh, just sit in gratitude for as long as you can every day when you're not in meetings. Just sit in gratitude because good things are coming. Thank you so much, RobLynn, for inviting me.
Thank you.
It's been awesome.
And Milo, you back with us? Milo, Earth to Milo. Are you there?
I'm back. I'm not sure internet keeps or not.
We can hear you now.
Now you're loud and clear, brother.
I'm not muted.
Well, we can hear you now. We hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Sounds like a commercial.
I think
Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay. All right. My internet just keeps spinning or something. So it'd be good to get ONPASSIVE, when we get that new internet or whatever. We won't have to worry about that. Okay. I just
what are you laughing about? Your laugh is making me laugh.
Yeah, that's me. What Jeanne like this time. We need to reflect on it and figure out what we're going to do. It's a different vehicle for everybody. It will do, like Marty said, it will do anything that you want it to do. It's never project you want. It will do for anything. And if you're struggling with projects or something, man, like Marty said, I've been through, so I do. I'll help you out with it. I want to help as many people as I can, because that's what ONPASSIVE is all about. But I love every one of you, and thanks for allowing me on the panel tonight. And I'm good.
All right. Sounds good. You will be back on the panel soon if you don't mind hopping on board another time or two. And Collins, any
I
last
don't
words
hear it.
before we
Okay, there I hear
tonight?
some.
Yes, I have.
I
So
don't.
I
I
just
don't mind at all.
All right, sounds good, Milo.
So,
yeah.
Collins.
So yeah, just go ahead. Yeah, I just like the fact that Jeanne Alleva is playing a lot of things for people to take care of, because now we are moving in. We move in the next phase where I always like Marty DeGarmo phrase said, now you have to take care of yourself. All the founders need to take care of themselves, know that they've built a business for you. You have at least a business. A founding position is a business. We just, all of us, let's go and check our account, make sure you've signed that NDA to become an affiliate, because I know there are a lot of founders who have not signed that NDA form to become an affiliate. They think, oh, migrating is enough. No, you just need to follow it day by day to make sure whatever Mr. Ashmofara and the team says do, you just have to do it. Don't question, because they know it better than us. But when you start to question and say, no, I will not do it, I will wait, and you are killing yourself, because the time is coming when nobody will be there to tell you this. We can have a show now, like Lynn Show, explaining all of this, but let's wait. God forbid Monday, Connect is out. You call a lot of people, they will not even pick your phone. Even if I call Marty will be concentrating, trying to see how you want to set up his business before helping me. Help yourself before you can help others. Lynn will be looking. I know Jeanne will be doing the same thing. Milo will be doing it. Chris will be doing, Julie. So when you call all of these people and you don't get them, don't say, oh, they are bad, because we know how human beings are. I call them, I used to talk to them nicely. Now I'm calling them, they don't pick my call. Let's remember, you must help yourself before you can help others. If you are in the middle of an ocean, what do? You swim first out to survive, and then you can throw it to pull somebody out. You will never allow yourself to drown. We are coming in a point where we have to survive. We came individually in ONPASSIVE. We met ourselves as a group. We educate ourselves. But soon we'll be going out as individual, not to help us as founders, but to help those who are coming in. We will not be speaking to ourselves again. So those who are not taking it serious, I don't know what to say. We have 24 hours in a day. If you cannot spend 15 minutes on ONPASSIVE, it means ONPASSIVE is not your priority. You've decided that, you know what, it's not a priority for me. Because you have 24 hours. We must set what is important. And if you said you cannot use 15 minutes of your time to go to the back office, to look at it, to think, and then understand what you can do all of these things, it means you have decided that, you know what, ONPASSIVE is not my priority. And then why should I waste my time talking to you? It can be really mean, but we just have to take ONPASSIVE serious, the way Mr. Ashfry is taking this business serious. That's what I want to share. Just thank you, Lynn, for tonight. And I'll leave it there.
All righty. All right, Pop, you want to take us home, brother?
Good night, everybody.
That was a short and sweet one.
That's perfect. So we'll see everybody soon. I guess it's time. John Barilla hasn't said it yet, but okay. Oh, I'm supposed to go over the super stickers. Long day. Sorry, folks. Thank you to Colonel Daniel Lee. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. And Maria B, thank you very much. Very kind. Francis Tay, thank you, Francis. Great job today on the panel. And Tina Go from sunny Singapore. Thank you, Tina. We appreciate you. Tina Go again. Well, thank you, Tina. That's very kind and gracious. Thank you. And Mr. Rafterman, thank you very much for that super sticker. It means a lot, sir. Thank you. And James Williams, thank you very much for that super sticker. I appreciate it. And Calistro VC, thank you very much for that super sticker. Vivine Benny, thank you very much. It's very gracious of you, Vivine. Thank you. We appreciate you. And Char2, also known BD Charmaine. Thank you very much, Charmaine. We appreciate you, you know. And that's it, super sticker wise. And Barilla's not here, but I'll go ahead and say good night, Gracie.
Good night, George. And,
And-
let's do this real quick. Sorry. Hashtag OES Global Affiliates on O Connect June 25 at 9 p.m. Singapore time, 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And the topic will be OES and O Tracker. And the trainer is Francis Tay. The link will be posted in the back office. And this will be a screen share, so it's really easy to follow along. So we wanted to make sure you guys know you can attend that.
All righty. So back to saying good night, Gracie.
Good night, George.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.